Welcome everybody for another Saturday Film Club just before Christmas. I hope everybody's got 5 days to go. That's it. Oh, it's mad in my house. But courtesy of Jay, we've got a comedy just before Christmas. So how is everybody as well?
Well, no complaints. Getting ready for the holiday, yeah.
Getting ready for the holiday, baking cookies right after Film Club. It's gingerbread day.
Nice. I actually have a Christmas party tonight.
Is it a biscuit or a cookie? Is it a biscuit or a cookie?
Sorry, it's a biscuit.
Biscuit.
It's crispy, whichever one you call it.
Yeah, that's a biscuit then. That's a biscuit. Cookies when it's a bit more doughy in the middle. There we go. We're pedantic. We're pedantic like that, as we know. But yeah, so we've got when was this? Oh, 2000, is it? Is this 2000?
Yes, I believe
the same year as the Green Mile, coincidentally.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is sorry, I've literally spun it around. There we go. So this is a Farrell Brothers, is it? Is that how you pronounce it?
I think Farrelly. Right? Okay, I always get confused.
Farrelly Brothers. Known for, what was it? Dumb and Dumber, Something About Mary, Tin Cup. No, not Tin Cup. The bowling one.
God, Kingpin.
Yes,
Kingpin. That's it. Tin Cup is the golf one. Yeah. So yes, this is one of the outings. This is where they had literally this was their kind of period, didn't they? They made some big hits in this comedy hits, literally from probably 96 to like 2005. They've got looking at what they've done now. I was like, I have not watched anything of their new stuff, and they've not done much. So I don't know if they're not the flavor of the decade, let's say that. They've must have made a lot of money and then maybe upset a lot of money. But this is a Jim Carrey movie that Jay, but let's go through it. Why did you pick it? Because you were oohing and ahhing against. You wanted a Jim Carrey, I'm guessing.
Yeah. So weirdly enough, I'm like not even. I don't want to say I'm not a big Jim Carrey fan. I do like Jim Carrey movies, but like the Ace Ventura movies never quite did it for me. The Mask I really liked as a kid, and I still like it now. But the Ace Ventura movies were not really my thing. And just some of the other stuff at that like really hot period for him at this point, I just wasn't totally into a lot of his like over the top kind of style. It just didn't really work on me for even as a kid, but even as I got older as well. But a few of his movies did work because I felt like it was the core essence of his kind of over the top stuff, or like what he does best, which is the physical stuff, the facial stuff, obviously his high energy and all that. But it was toned down a little bit more than some of those other movies, where this one and Dumb and Dumber are probably two of my favorite comedies of all time, even though, again, not like the world's biggest Jim Carrey fan. So yeah, this one specifically, everybody loves Dumb and Dumber, or not loves, but has at least seen it. This is one that I find a lot of people are like, or more people than at least that other movie or some of his other movies haven't seen this one. So I've always kind of said it's his most underrated movie. And I still feel like that to this day, even rewatching it after this one. I just love this one. It's just so stupid at times and sometimes clever. It's got so many kind of different styles of comedy to offer, I think, that I just have always really liked it.
Excellent. So the movie is Rhode Island. Go on in, Americans. Tell me where Rhode Island is for everybody, Europeans. So we can do it from where New York State is.
It's closer on the map to you.
Yeah, it's right below us. I don't spend much time in Connecticut or Rhode Island.
Are they saying this? Is it actually true? It's the smallest state.
Jay's doing that typical thing. It is the smallest state on the map. And I live next to the smallest state. I think Delaware is the smallest state in population, but yours is the smallest state on the map, and we do accidentally or intentionally always kind of diss Rhode Island and Delaware. I don't know why, and I think you just did, Jay,
Well,
unintentionally. You're like,
especially here in New England.
it's under me. I
it's-
don't care that much.
The funny thing about New England is that all of our states individually, we all kind of have a little bit of like, when it's time to be like, oh yeah, we're New England, it's great. But when you kind of ask me like, oh, think about Connecticut, it's like, yeah, nothing but a pass-through state on your way to New York. Like and they think the same about Mass. They think we're all
from Rhode Island.
all
If it
that.
is, we could have argument.
So it's nothing like it's kind of like a fun little rivalry. You just kind of like kind of disregard each other.
But I'll say from being in the mid-Atlantic, all of the New England states, and this film was actually filmed in Rhode Island and Vermont. It has a beautiful landscape.
Oh yeah, that's one of the great things about New England, and that's one of the things we all usually unify over when people are giving us credit for the beautiful landscapes. Like, yep, that's the great thing about living in New England. So there are times we all give each other credit, but a lot of the times we have a fun little kind of banter back and forth.
No, it's better to give each other crap than credit.
Basically.
And it's was it I just say you mentioned Delaware, but anybody says Delaware, it always brings me back to Wayne's World when they do that sketch of like, we're in LA, Los Angeles, and then like that, and then we're in Delaware, and then the backdrop's just, yeah, we're in Delaware. So is that what you mean by Rhode Island? So
yeah, I mean, it is. There is a lot of beauty in Rhode Island, but it is a small little state. I haven't spent much time there, just kind of passing through.
Is Vermont the really skinny one?
So Vermont is the one that, if you look at it on a map, it's shaped like a V. So Vermont and New Hampshire kind of complement each other.
New Hampshire? Is it New Hampshire's the skinny one? There's one that's up
there.
They're
both skinny. They're both skinny. So Vermont goes up like a V, and New Hampshire comes down like an upside down V.
There we go. But yeah, because they didn't
film club.
Yeah, because it is because in this, I'm guessing now people who don't know that New York isn't a state, and they think New York is New York, because they travel from Rhode Island, Jamestown. It was filmed, so I'm guessing around there, to New York. Now, a lot of people in their heads might have thought it was New York City. That's going to take a long time, isn't it? But I'm guessing just hitting New York
looking at like 5-6 hours to get from Rhode Island to where they were roughly.
Yeah, on a bike though.
Yeah, that's the one thing that immediately is like, there's no way they would just have him transport somebody on a bike, but we'll get to that.
But we get this. We get like they love the voiceover. They do it in Something About Mary, don't they? They don't do it in Dumb and Dumber, the directors, but they do it quite a lot in their movies. They like a little voiceover. It was that era where they did it. Even The Big Lebowski.
I was going to say The Big Lebowski has it. Yeah.
Yeah. They love this.
It fits the era, though. I like it.
Yeah, I like it. It's for the era, but I don't think it needs it in the movie. No. The other ones are there, but it kind of thing. So we kind of get that. He's a what do they call? Oh, what's the? He's a state trooper, isn't he? Like that. So he's the best of the best. So we kind of get right into it. They go, one of the just up in there, the greatest force, the troopers of Rhode Island. And then we get time jump a little bit of him with his girlfriend. I can't remember her name. Oh, what's her name?
Layla.
Yeah,
like the song.
Now
like
I'm not vulnerable.
Yep.
Is it for me? Having matching T-shirts with your picture on would be a red flag. I don't.
Oh dear Lord, no.
Correct me if I'm wrong, and I could be wrong about this, but isn't the song Layla about George Harrison's girlfriend or something who left for Eric Clapton? Am I right in remembering that? I could have sworn it was about that. A friend of mine told me that years ago. So I wonder if that's kind of why they named her Layla and specified the song.
Oh,
I'm almost I shouldn't say I'm almost positive. I'd heard the rumor. A friend of mine years ago, back in high school, had told me it was about George Harrison's girlfriend who might have left him for Eric Clapton or something, but I could be wrong. I'll have to look it up.
But in this, they're madly in love, and she would never leave him even to eat wow blubber. So and then it goes straight in. Like the first 5 minutes goes quite quick. It joins it quite quick. Then we see a marriage sequence. Yep, he's married. Then getting them move back, and this is the first comedy moment, I suppose you have that. And this guy, I don't know his name, but he's in Bad Santa as well, isn't he?
Yep, he is. He was in a lot of comedies at this time.
Yeah, but he's the chauffeur driver, and then he's like, he looks for some money after he puts his wife over the threshold. Oh, do people take checks? And what do you mean by us people? And he believes he's being racist, then he's being noticed because of his height, and it's anything like that. And they it's get the nunchucks out and have a fight. So they end up it's slippy slappy from Charlie to that until his wife comes out and kind of stops the fight. And then as they're going off, she quickly discovers that he's not a limo driver. He's part of, I can't remember, it's
Mensa.
some university.
It's the Association for Geniuses,
really.
And
then
she's the president of one chapter. He's the president of the other chapter.
Yeah. And then we go very quickly into her pregnant, giving birth, and all you hear is the doctor, "Here it comes." Oh shit. And then
Not one.
again, she does it again. Yeah. And it's then we go jumping ahead in time is to the barbecues, and the kids there's 3 boys now, and this is his state trooper friend is trying to tell him, have you got Italian, I've got Italian, have you got Italian blood or something? And it's a bit obvious, and she's the only one who really he is the only one who's not he is concerned. He's a bit delusional about the whole situation.
Like he knows it, but the whole thing is he's just, and it's kind of the whole thing of his character, he's just avoiding the reality of the world that he's in. He's just pushing it all down.
I want to make a comment about the mustaches. That is such an 80s and 90s thing for state troopers to have that particular mustache and buzz cut. And I can only speak for, not so much Maryland. I always think our Maryland state troopers look a little different, but the Virginia state troopers all have the same look. They all would have the same glasses, mustache, and buzz cut. So that's I don't know, James, if you caught that they all looked the same. That's the thing about state troopers.
Yeah, it's a uniform kind of look.
Yep.
That's it. But so he's and I love, because you can tell from the next scene is when he goes to confession, and they go, "Is that you, Charlie?" Because he's explaining his life is crap, and even the priest knows.
It's as soon as he says, and I get this weird feeling that I'm the joke of the town, and immediately the priest knows it's him because he is the joke. Like, I do love those little bits of kind of slightly more clever humor that they mix in with all the slapstick stuff and the rest.
And then we get then her confession that she has found her soulmate, and just the t-shirts, literally.
I love the t-shirt.
And I just looked it up. The internet does confirm that is what the song Layla was about. Eric Clapton was actually George Harrison's wife, who Eric Clapton was, or she was having an affair with Clapton.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Oh, my.
There you go. And he's got. I loved it because even when that guy, I can't remember his name in this, when he's like, "How could you do this for me?" and he's like that, and then he just over sexualize it, the goodbye, doesn't he? Like she's gonna get something of mine, like the wow me again. It's like, oh, but why is that? The kids, so she goes and leaves the 3 boys of that guy's, so she goes and kind of abandons them, really, but we don't really get it. It's just off the cuff, doesn't it? Really, it's just like, no, don't worry about that. Don't worry about abandonment, because now it's all about, it's it goes forward, and he's actually bringing them up quite well,
and they love him, and they're geniuses themselves. Must have gotten, obviously, because of who their parents are, right? 2 Mensa presidents.
Where we get this.
I didn't even put that together. That made all the times I've seen this, I've never even put that together. I always just thought it was a funny thing that they were all wicked smart.
No, they're wicked smart, but they love him. They keep calling him daddy, you know, and they're gonna build a jet glider or whatever. Like, what are you doing, kids? And then he comes home and he's like, get down from there, get down from there. They like got their sewing machine, their welding kit, they got everything going, and he's just, I'm off to work today, kids. Okay, daddy.
And then we get a little bit of now giant jump. We now get I don't know what program is it, but it's very
old-timey family
old-time
stuff,
happy. It's kind of like that one we watched.
Gomer Pyle's in it.
It reminds me of what was it in another Jay's recommendations, Catch Me If You Can, when they do the sing-along.
Oh yeah, when they're all watching it when he's with the girl he's trying to marry.
And then it's until they go.
This is Gomer Pyle is a sitcom from the 1970s about country bumpkin. It's a spinoff of the Andy Griffith Show, but Gomer Pyle is a country bumpkin who finds himself in the Marines and always on the nerves of his sergeant, who is actually being really hard on Gomer. But the harder he is on Gomer, he's making him a better soldier. So at the very end of all of the goofiness, he actually becomes a really good soldier.
And then in this, they can we watch Richard Pryor? And he's like, okay, like that. So and when did Richard Pryor die? He died like what?
I don't remember, honestly.
So this must be like 90s. If it took it must be 90s. So I'm guessing.
Oh, he died in 2005. So he died after this film.
Okay, so you think this would be I think because of the music? Maybe they would try and do it. This is the 80s, because you get the 90s music later. So maybe this is like an 80s to 90s, maybe because he was big in the 80s, 90s. Yeah.
I think so, because as they're progressing in the film, right, then the kids are in college, so they've got to be starting it in the 80s, right?
Right, because when we switch to the next comedian, it's Chris Rock, so that's got to be mid to late 90s. This was the 18 years.
Chris Rock would have been there. Hey, that's it. Hey, Still Leg member for 15 months. Proud of you. Be blessed. Faces, everyone. Well, thank you very much.
I appreciate that.
And have a great holidays. And thank you for being here as always. For 15 months. I always go like when you get big numbers, you're like, like that. You forget how
competitive,
long your yellow challenges. Oh my God, Sandy's got one as well. 20. I'm doing 27 months. Just up the game.
Time flies when you're having fun. I mean, seriously. That's crazy.
Well, is it Film Club 65? I think it is, or something, isn't
66.
It?
This is 66.
66. There we go. But so then we get this where they're all laughing and joking. He first, because there's a swearing on the thing, he pulls back, drops the ropes, pulls it back. But these kids are loving the jokes. So he's trying his best to connect with them, I'm guessing. So then he lets them watch it, and then we get the time jump, and they've all grown up, a little bit bigger than him, watching now Chris Rock. It's quite funny, and I couldn't get them all on screen, but they're all like like twice the size of Jim Carrey, kind of thing like that. But it's
which is also funny because of who their dad, the stature of their dad and their skinny mom. So, but the one guy's built. The one guy's a little more ripped. The other two are chunky. So dad just must be spoiling them quite a bit.
But then we get this what is he? I can't remember what he's doing. He's doing calculus or something, isn't he? And
something I can't remember.
Something, but it's like you don't understand. Literally,
it's where's this electron going? What are you gonna do with that electron over there? And then
he's like, "Are you stupid?" It's like that. And then I like it when Charlie actually comes over and he's like,
"Smart things." I really do. It just makes me feel good to kind of see kids just going at each other, not about stupid stuff, but about physics. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Just the way they incorporate it with the swearing too. It just plays out so funny between the three of them.
Is that what you meant about not getting a good view in the trailer?
Oh yeah, the real jokes are all vulgar in this movie. They're edgy and vulgar, and they kind of push the limits. They definitely push today's limits for sure. And that's what, like the trailer, you would think it was just some rated PG kind of Jim Carrey movie, and it's just, I mean, a lot of the jokes we won't even be able to repeat on YouTube just because it's YouTube. They push the bound. They, in a funny, humorous way, not trying to be offensive or whatever. They just push the boundaries a lot, and they go pretty vulgar. Like with these guys, they're the amount of F words you hear in this movie, I would love to do a countdown, because these guys just rifle them off so quick. But again, it's hilariously comedic the way they kind of have the dialogue flow so smoothly out of the way that they're arguing about these complex, like genius level, questions and things like that. It just plays so well.
And later when they're trying to fly the helicopter, and I can't I'd be careful what I'm saying, because every other word was MF. Lift and drag, and it's, what do you mean it's hard? You understand the equation, we can do this, but the way they deliver it is just hilarious.
Absolutely.
No. I can't show much of the next footage. One, it's a dog having him. So he goes, can't find his paper. His next door neighbor is a bit trashy. They're letting their dog, like, crap, what you want to call it, on the lawn. Now I always think this bit, like, I'm sure the kids are twice their size, they would have done something about it. But it's the dog craps all over the lawn, but it's for comedy thing, and he's like, where's my newspaper? And his wife's got it in the loo, and he's like, oh, well, when she's finished, can you give it back? And he's like, can't you get one from work? And okay. And he's still, at this point, he's still a pushover. It's things, and like even this boat, when a legally parked vehicle, he pulls up into the barbers where everybody's in, and he has I hate to be a pain, but your vehicle's been there for, like, was it 3 days? So like he lets, and he's like, yeah, go on. After they all I couldn't show the one with the lady with the there's a heavy set breasted lady, let's put it that way. They're all being very crude and vulgar outside the window while she's looking after her kid in the pram, and
poor Charlie sticks up for her.
And he's like, yeah, she's a mum. And okay, that's a joke. But this guy, I got probably half an hour away from my dominoes match, drafts match, sorry. And he's like, yeah, can you just park it behind the supermarket? And he's just like, okay. And you can just see he's such this opening sequences are just push over, and you get like the girl in the street, literally, can you come and play on the sidewalk? And he's like, my dad told me I don't have to listen to you. And then he's like, well, it's for your own safety, you're in the road. And she's like, just screams in his face, and he's doing the kind of the right thing. He just is not assertive enough, I guess, and you want to say that, but he's just such a like, doesn't want to be, he's
got no respect from anybody.
No confrontation. He doesn't want to, no, you're doing what I say, and that's it. So that's it. And then you get, of course, I'm guessing she's an old school friend or things, and she's, oh, hi Charlie, I haven't seen you in a while, do you mind, I'm in a bit of a rush, can I just go in front of you? And he's like, yeah, he's just got his paper. And he's like, yeah, nice enough. And then, come on, boys. And you quickly see from the background the like 3 shopping trolleys filled up with her little boys coming over. And then, of course, we have a Jim Carrey moment, let's say that. But it's the transformation into from Charlie. And he's like, he just goes, I do actually don't mind the music. It's like it's kind of like a psycho music going off. And
I just love the way he can manipulate his face is just insane. The whole little transformation process, it's ridiculous. I don't know how he does it, but it absolutely cracks me up every time.
And he's like, yeah. And then, of course, then he turns into, I'm going to end the poll because that was one of the questions, early poll, but what is his name?
Hank.
The name of Charlie's alter ego.
I was going to say, do you remember you do remember the last name? Okay. I didn't see
Stanley the poll. Well, the poll was people put Stanley Ipkiss. That is his mask.
That's right. Ipkiss. The mask. Right.
Lois, sorry. Einhorn. Come on.
Don't know that one.
Ace Ventura.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm telling you, I'm not a big fan of Ace Ventura. I think I watched it once or twice. I'm not a big fan.
And then, this one was lucky that his last name was Christmas, Lloyd Christmas.
Oh, that's
Dumb and Dumber.
I guess if we picked Dumb and Dumber, it would have been kind of Christmas movie.
Kind of just by that little slight. There we go. So yeah, Hank. So yeah, he quickly goes into Hank, and then Hank goes into Hank mode, and he is it Vagisil or something? Is it like
Vagiclean?
Vagiclean, that's it. And then he goes straight into it smells a bit
urgent.
Whatever.
I mean,
can I have a price check at aisle 5 or wherever it is? It's literally, he could literally lose it. Embarrasses the woman. She plays it, and I like it how they're like they switch the camera thing, so everybody going, "What's that over there?" It's like, what's going on? And then he goes outside, and a poor guy just goes up to him, and this guy's actually quite gracious to him. When he goes up, he goes, "Oh, my son got the lead in the school play," and he just looks and goes, so he likes the cock then. He's like, what? He's just like, and then
his insults are just so aggressive and so over the top that it's like, whoa, I was not expecting that.
Yeah, and then of course you get the girl who screamed at him earlier, and he's literally plunging her head in. You're gonna apologize. You're gonna do what I say. Nope, down you go again. And then I can't show you much of this sequence, but we're kind of expressing it is this is the lady, the best picture I can have.
Yeah, I don't like the guy. I can
of the guys in the barbers was oohing over, and Hank. Let's go, Charlie and Hank. This is Hank. Goes past
highly illegal.
He basically switches spots with the baby.
Yeah, there we go. The politest way to do it. The best picture to explain it is the
mustache kills me every time.
Like the perfect
it's
white
just
mustache.
So stupid.
Yeah, that scene though is literally what did they think? It's like, just go for it.
That was like the era. It was just all right, we're gonna push the boundaries as far as we can here until the studio tells us, nope, you gotta take that out.
Yeah. I wonder, because at the end of it, they have people who got cuts from the movie, don't they? And I wonder, how bad were they? How bad was some of the
if a lot of this stuff made it, what didn't?
Yeah. And then, of course, he drives the car back into the barber's. I parked it for you. And then gives him a ticket for a broken headlight. And then, and then he goes back home. Goes in, gets his paper. You hear a scream from the woman inside, and then shows it. But he has his moment, has his daily on the guy's lawn. Let's say that.
That's the way to put it. Yeah.
There we go. The politest way to put it for polite audience. And then, of course, we get, I suppose, a fade out into they sent him to Boston. To medical to have an evaluation, and I can't remember the full word, but they just go, you're a schizo. He's schizophrenic with rage or whatever it is. They got a full term.
Narcissistic rage.
Yeah. That has been because he's not been resolving his issues that Hank has come out now when something needs to be resolved because he's not resolving it. They kind of tell him, it's you've got to do what the medics tell you to do, and we're gonna you need some time off from the state troopers. So he's got to take his pills every day, and then whilst this is going on, we hear a ruckus outside, I suppose, like that. After that, and then we get Irene turns up, and Irene got pulled over for a broken tail light, I think it was, or something like that. But she's got an outstanding warrant in New York State, where she's been told for a hit and run, isn't it?
Hit and run,
yeah. So they decide, well, we'll get one of our state troopers to escort you back, and lucky enough, it's Charlie who's getting a lot of cotton mouth for his new pills he needs to take.
Oh, that's right. In that last scene when he shows his pills, they kind of lay the seed of a running joke that'll happen, which is that he gets dry mouth from the medicine.
Yeah. And then, of course, when she makes a phone call to this guy, and I can't remember his name, and I don't Dickie, that's it. Who she dated at the golf course where she worked as the groundsman or groundswoman or whatever you want to call it, groundskeeper. Yeah. So yeah, and then this is a joke. I ended it with you, so the date, and he's like, it wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about. And then we kind of go on. Is back now. We know that he's going. He says his goodbyes to his sons, and again, it's just showing that kind of tight family unit he's had with the boys throughout that. Blatantly, they're not dumb.
It's so funny how they play it too, because they have these grown men acting like they're still little kids. Like when he's like, "Daddy's kisses," and they all kiss him on the cheek. It cracks me up watching these grown men just kiss Jim Carrey on the cheek
instead of pops or dad.
They play it so straight and so well. I love the way they handled the kid story in the whole movie.
Now, and then we get another bit to another. I'm guessing the golfing club. This guy seems to play the baddie and everything. I don't know the actor's name, but he's one of those that he's got
Chris
that
Cooper.
look, isn't he?
I believe it's Chris Cooper.
Always plays the baddie. Always plays the baddie. So he's we don't know he's a cop at this point. He's just like, he's having to go at Dickie for, I can't believe you let her get away, like kind of get out of the way, kind of like she knows too much about our organization, I suppose we want to call it. That they don't go in too much in depth of what it actually is.
Yeah, it's like kind of bland boilerplate level.
Yeah,
like
just
collar
like
crime, tax evasion, these fraud,
whatever
stuff like
it is. Yeah.
They do actually mention murder, I think, at one point, but other than that, that's really vicious crime. The rest is like your white collar stuff.
It's a tiny bit challenging for me, even at this stage of the film, to not understand what it was that was going on. And I don't know, it's just because of all the films that we've watched that, have mysteries or complicated, because I don't understand what it is they did and why they're chasing her for this whole film. That's one thing. It really needles me. I'm just from this point, I'm like, oh, what happened? And
it's definitely something. I agree, Sandy. And every time I watch it, I think I almost by the end of it, forget what the crimes even were of Dickie and this guy.
No.
It's something that I think they were going with the idea of just give it some bland, rich guy kind of crimes. It's not all that relevant to the story. And it's really not at the end of the day, but it's hard for it not to creep back up in your mind. Like, what the hell is the crime that she's like? What does she know again that they run? Like, you wish they kind of would have just defined it a little clearer, put more emphasis on it.
I just think they think she knows something, because later on, she doesn't really know anything. Yeah.
Right. The EPA agents are kind of telling her more about what's going on that she even knew. So it's like, what? Yeah. I do think that's kind of a little bit of a mishandling in terms of the whole story of the movie. But again, I think their focus is more on Jim Carrey and Renée Zellweger, kind of their characters doing their thing, than they think the plot was as important. But it does, you're right. It is kind of like that little needling thing in your mind where you're like, but why wasn't it fleshed out more? And I'm almost forgetting at this point what the hell the crime was, or that she might know, or what it was.
And it probably doesn't matter too much, but I will also say that the freaking out over, why is the EPA here? And people today would be like, the Environmental Protection Agency.
Yeah, that's
back in the 80s. They were the agency that wielded the iron fist. I mean,
so I didn't know that, because I've always wondered that as well.
If you were in industry, but see, it's like a golf club. But if you were in in industry or whatever, they could shut you down. The EPA is coming in to, the air pollution and all this. So it's kind of the meme back then that probably doesn't really follow today. But
yeah, I've always wondered why they chose the EPA, and that does make more sense.
It's a Tommy raid.
Yes, a Tommy
raid.
Hey,
Tommy, thank you.
Yes. And then, so they're off, and then he's off to New York State, and then this is where, I forgot, the actor's passed, hasn't he, now? And he was in Quentin Tarantino's Jackie Brown, wasn't he, as well? And I know he's passed, and I can't remember the actor's name at all. But he kind of explains that, yeah, might be time to let Charlie go. He's a bit of a liability. So when he goes back, yeah, it's the curtain's over for him. He's like, yeah, probably won't have a job. So yeah, it's this is he's probably the last ride. Now I'm gonna say it, they do a Dumb and Dumber moment really badly here, and I think they don't do it as funny. Is the fly bit. So yeah, he's saying that he's open road. They've just taken the joke from Dumb and Dumber, unfortunately. Whereas yeah, it's into the mouth. It just doesn't hit home. Again, because you've seen it before, and it's just not, the play up isn't just there.
And it just feels like one. You're 100% right. It is a redo of the joke, but it doesn't feel like it fits the humor in this movie. It feels too kind of like, I don't know how to say it, because Dumb and Dumber is a more toned down movie in terms of the vulgarity. So it fits. One, it was funnier because it was the first time doing it. Two, it just fits that kind of style of comedy better. And here it feels like you're going from, at this point, it's kind of edgy comedy to like some kind of just slapstick Jim Carrey thing that doesn't really work, I don't think, in the tone of the rest of what we've seen in this one. So no. I agree, it does fall flat. And this is one of the jokes, like the last joke they put in the trailer, and I'm like, one of the worst jokes in the movie they used to try to bring the trailer home. That's why I really do hate that trailer.
Yeah, it's a bit, yeah, it's just out of place. It's just, yeah, it doesn't fit. Hey Rick, yeah, it's just something. And then especially when it goes to this bit where you get I say every time I see this movie, I'm like, how bad the set kind of craft design of the cowl is. It's just like they don't care. It's just like really, really fake. So yeah, he's Cal's in the road, and he's like, well, we need to try and kind of move it out of the way. Whereas yeah, it's a bit too heavy, and then we get the cow's still alive, like that, where then takes off a shot, and he's like, you know, you gotta do what you do to do, and then he's still alive. So I don't get, like, it's just, again, it's the movie is we're gonna wrestle it. We're gonna wrestle it to the gate, and she gives him a kick, and like, yeah, then he manages to open up probably the full carnage on him, and like that. And the cow, yeah, the cows.
And my goodness, I hope I'm not giving anything away, but by the end of the movie, we find out this cow is still alive. What the heck? Like, super cow.
And it's just, again, there's parts of this movie that are just stupid funny. Like, it's not the clever humor. That's why I say I feel like it gives you so many different kinds. Because, oh, thank you, Rick. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot.
I like that. Like, potato, you like that. Hope you actually have them at Christmas now. That's what you call them.
I love that.
I appreciate that, Rick. And Merry Christmas to you as well, my friend. Yeah. But yeah, it's here. It's when he sticks the fingers in the nose and just starts gargling. Like, it's just so stupid, but it makes me laugh, because if the whole movie was stupid humor like this, I don't think it would work. But the way I think they give you those different kinds of comedy really makes the whole thing go together nice.
Yeah. So after this, he finally gets to this police department, wherever it is in New York State, where he's going to hand over Irene. And he's like, yeah, can you just wait for us for a moment? She notices he's going to take his pills, and he's like, yeah, no, don't worry about it. But they do give me bad cotton mouth, as he said. And then, yeah, he's in the background whilst we get
you can just see, like, it's the little details too, the little corners of his mouth getting a little bit more white. Like, you can just tell the dry mouth's getting worse and worse.
But yeah, we get this, and then we get the agents turn up. Of like, they now explain that they put out a fake request for a warrant to get her actually in, because they need to question her about her involvement with Dickie and the golf in the state. Where now we get around the corner, we get to find out the guy who was talking to Dickie about, you know, that he is a lieutenant of the police department in New York State. And whilst it's, I love that, because they're having a chat, you know, oh, well, you can use my you know, interrogation room, it's fine, you know, we all things, and it's like, no, we need to take her away. And then again, it's just in the background, and they're like, "What is he doing?" Where he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go and get some water," and he's like that. So yeah, it's and so she's going to be taken away. I'm guessing they don't really say safe house, but they just take her away.
Yeah, they essentially decline the guy's offer to use his interrogation rooms, and they want to use their own. So, and
this is where we get a kind of, as we just said, a brief, kind of very blasé history of who she is and what they believe is going to happen. But of course, they know more than she does. It's all, I suppose. It's trying to get somebody to kind of, I'm guessing, tell on her bosses and employees when they don't really know much about what was going on because, she was the groundskeeper. She didn't see anything. She was dating Dickie. Apart from that, I don't know much.
Right. It's kind of just a bit of an exposition dump to let the audience know exactly what it's part of the plot, yes, because we have to know how she's involved with Dickie, but it's also like just, all right, we're just going to dump real quick what the hell Dickie's even accused of that she would be, possibly tied to or why she's here. It's just kind of a quick passing moment to the point where, again, like Sandy said, by the end, you're kind of forgetting or you're wondering, like, what the hell is it again that she's even part of? Or like, what is she possibly running from? Or no, you kind of forget the whole little portion here by the end of it.
And then, they do the interview. She goes off to the toilet and then the knock on the door. It's the pizza boy, who quickly gets kicked away into, now we get a masked gunman, who knocks out one of the older guy, kills the other guy. She's hiding in the, I suppose I don't know, we call it the dresser of the sink.
Cabinets,
the cabinet under the sink.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it.
Lucky it was empty because I wouldn't get an hour one. Literally, like every cleaning and every
must have no plumbing to the sink because I'm not sure how you're fitting under the pipes. But it works.
So now we get the voiceover comes back. Now this is what I find is kind of weird because you don't get it that often, and when it does, I always found it distracting because you're we had that at the beginning of the movie, but this is I think like the third or second time we get it, and it's like it's too much of a break and like interludes, to actually you actually need it because when it explains what's happening, it's to explain that she went to the front desk to get a key, and I was like, well, she could have just listened. He told her I'm in room 17 or whatever, and just kind of picked the lock. It would have made sense that she's also a bit dodgy, whatever, or it's got some skills. I don't need to know that she went to the front desk. It's a bit odd, like, she overheard him saying, I'm staying at the such and such, arcade and whatever, really bad hotel or motel, wherever it is.
I wonder if this, and I noticed that as well. I wonder if it's a little bit of a mix of a runtime thing where they might have been like, you got to make this fit under this amount of time. And they figure a scene like that is just, 10 seconds, maybe you can cut while you're playing the next scene and giving a voiceover to cover up what you would have missed. But also, I think it's a little bit of like the plot-wise, this isn't a really strong written movie. So it's probably just a bit of like, we got a plot hole here. How does she remember? How does she actually get to Charlie next? Let's just have her show up in the hotel room and just make this up. So I think it's probably a two-part of one, maybe runtime constraints where they had to keep it to a certain length.
Just under 2 hours. Make sure.
Right, like something like that. Yeah. And then just like, do we really need to flesh out, this part? Like, no, it's really just about getting her back with Jim Carrey. So, how you critique that in terms of how it ruined the movie for you, I think is totally up to the individual watching it. But I think it's
just out of place. It's just like,
and the second you hear it, you're like, isn't that pretty convenient? She remembered the room and finessed the front desk person. So it's kind of a cheap writing ploy.
But from that, we get Hank naked in bed with her mug picture and a lot of tissues. There we go. That's all I'm going to say.
Quite disturbing for anyone to walk in on, let me tell you.
And she's like, Charlie, what is going on? And he looks to the thing. I got dry
too.
Chapped lip. So it's a game. But then she explains.
It's so dumb.
She explains the situation that what just happened at the safe house, and then he's gonna make some calls, see what's going on. She doesn't know what to do, but he'll sort it out. So off they go on the road, and of course his first call is unfortunately to the corrupt cop, who's very 70s collars there, must say that. Whereas again,
I remember my dad having a gray jacket and a white shirt with collars like that and white shoes and a white belt. I'm just saying so this is like, now I'm not feeling 80s, I'm feeling like late 70s here. Just saying. That was like flashback. I've seen the dads and the uncles in the family having those collars. What were they thinking? This is all I want to say. What were they thinking?
Fashion can be a bit of a time capsule. Made sense at one point, I'm sure.
I don't know.
Yeah. But from that, so we get a little bit of he goes up, she doesn't trust the police, and he just goes, boom, smacks him over the head. He goes to approach her, Irene, whilst we get now Charlie opens his eyes and is turned back into Hank. Now, I do like the whole little bit is when Hank goes to fight, and then it's quite clever. They were like, but he's still Charlie, so he can't actually fight still.
Right.
So he's doing all this kind of like shadow boxing. And it's just like, but you're still Charlie, and Charlie's a wimp. So he gets the crap kicked out of him, let's be honest, again. And this is the first time Irene saves it by smacking the officer over the head with her motorcycle safety helmet. And it's get up quickly. Let's get out of it. I do like this bit of the fight. Is when he gets the dirt on the floor.
Yeah,
and he throws it, and he misses her. He misses completely, and he gets
good idea, good thought.
Yeah, but that's where the narcissistic rage comes from, because he thinks, Hank thinks he's some super spy, super action star doing all the right things, and the result you're seeing in reality is just completely delusional.
Yeah, well, it's just it's silly, like pats him down for cigarettes, and he's just like, "What are you doing?" It's like that, and it's funny. Yeah, it's that. So they steal his vehicle. Is it? Yeah, they steal his vehicle, and then now she's talking to Hank. So Hank is explaining Charlie's problems to Irene. That's it, and he's a bit vulgar, horny is probably the best way to put it. He's doesn't speak like he speaks without thinking first. So let's put that, but in a very vulgar, honest way, I'm guessing, to what Charlie is. It's the best way to put that. So they're getting out, and they've got a plan to go back. So this is now I'm guessing now we're set in the Vermont era, because a lot of the road trip, I suppose you want that. So now it's to keep her safe. And his plan is we need to bunker down, kind of, somewhere, and ride this out until we find out a plan. So they need to come up with get some supplies and get out of the way. Whilst that's happening, we gain back to the family thing, where this guy is, I think he's hacking the CIA or FBI network, isn't he? He's like,
something like
loves
that.
a conspiracy theory. Yeah. And again, they're all taking the mickey out of him. What is it? You're not going to, what is it? He's taking the piss that you're going to go Stanford? You're not going to go.
Basically start, insulting each other with.
Yeah, you're going to lose your
schools.
Oh my God!
I think you're going to lose your space Harvard, at MIT, and then you're going to have to slum it at Stanford, which is actually still a very prestigious.
Right. And then he insults his other brother, saying he's going to have to go to Duke because he got a 1430 on his SATs, and so again, they're keeping up with that. With the same humor.
So James, a 1430 is outrageously good. Okay,
right.
It is like it's really good. He's like, but I had the flu. No, it's ridiculously good. I'm not going to say what I got on the SATs, but
I don't even
1430
remember
was
what I got. It
beyond
was
me.
that unimpressive.
Yeah, I don't. You always hear it throughout movies. I don't get the numbers of what it actually means. So,
what's a perfect score, Sandy? I forget.
1600.
1600.
Back
Okay,
in the
that's what I
day,
thought.
it's changed, I think.
Oh, really?
And actually,
okay.
most schools don't even require it. Like my older daughter took an SAT and an ACT. My younger daughter isn't. They don't. Most schools are like, you know what? It's not about how you take a test. it's how you do a lot of other things. And so, right.
I was good at sports, so I would have been great.
Yeah, well, sports is another big deal, but yeah, I mean, I had to, and in my day, you had to, and you had to have a certain score, and it depended on where
Please say
predicted where
back in
you
the.
went.
You're about to say back in the day, you had to.
Back in the day. Well, you guys had GCSEs and those. We don't have those.
Yeah.
We've got
they're
one.
but
they're
they're just for the employee really as well to see how academic you were, but nobody really cares about it. It's literally you have to get it to your next stage. So like for your next course, you have to have so many A's in that, B's in that, and then that. But most of the time you can just blag your way into it. A lot of people go, oh, you need these straight ones to get the interview, but a lot of people, it's mostly if you want to get into the good posh schools over here. Let's say sometimes who you are and money talks.
Of course.
Pretty much how it goes everywhere.
Yeah.
And
if you're an international student, everybody takes you because it doesn't care about who you are. It's just you're paying 5 times more
than
anybody else.
That I graduated from and my husband graduated from, my kids will never get into, because they have a minimum of international students now. And even though we donate money there and we still go to sporting events there, it's a great big school in the state of Maryland. My kids will never get in there because of the international population, and because it's a really good school. Now, I'm not saying, heck, they let me and him in. I don't know how. It wasn't the same back then. It wasn't. We wouldn't have gotten in today. Had I had the same scores, I would not have gotten in that school today.
No, it was quite sort of funny about schools. My Jake, my girlfriend, she was talking about her school and then the equivalent to my school. And I was like, she was like, oh, about fighting. And of course, got a boy. And I was like, oh yeah, we used to fight all the time. And I went, you would you would definitely have to fight at least once a month, like in my school. And she was like, what? And I went to a really rough school. She went like, no, you couldn't back down. There was always a fight. You had to fight at least once a month. She was like, I'd never known anybody fight in my school. I went, you went to a private English school and I went to a shithole, like proper bad school. I went, like, the boys would have to fight. Even the girls would fight. And it was like that.
I was going to say, I've been in schools where the girls had to fight too. Oh yeah.
Yeah, my school was rough, and she was like, and she would try to explain. I was like, no, our school, it used to be the bad school. And she was like, I went, and now it doesn't exist. They had to remove the name because it had such a bad reputation. It doesn't exist anymore. It's like, but from this, back to the thing. So after their little do about Stanford, they get a knock on the door from the captain, state where he, have you heard from your dad? Because he's murdered somebody. We believe this is FBI agent such and such. Doesn't really care because we only seen him once. But we need to track him down. Because of of his health problems as well. So is that. But now we get back to Hank on his little trip. He's got some supplies. And you can see he's so tapped because all the baseball, I'm guessing that's a baseball outfit.
Most likely, men's softball.
Yeah, men's
and interesting enough, I don't know if you caught the name of the team on the shirt.
I couldn't read it well. I was trying to, but I couldn't read it well.
Writer.
Oh, okay.
It says it's not Connolly, it's Cerrone. It says Cerrone. Okay. And only because I had done the little slides before I watched the movie, I was like, did the writer actually put his own name on those softball jerseys? He did.
Hey, fair enough. You got to put some name on it.
Not narcissistic. Yeah.
But yeah, from a bit of laughing, and yeah, one throws the butt of the cigarette out the floor. He goes up to him. Let's go for it. Jump. And then I do think it's funny because there's the things, and he's like, "You're an utter," and he tases him. Literally, he's like, where yeah. So and they're like, "Hey, let's kick the crap out of this guy." Where she has to run in, going, he's a schizo, gets him out, and lucky enough, the only problem was he's got some pee in the urine. But now he's back as Charlie. And I do like they got this running theme is when Hank gets the crap kicked out of him, Charlie comes back to endure the pain. So we got that, and then but whilst of course the plan comes to a part, I can't show what most of it he got. Is she was he's got some got the supplies to get us in holding for 72 hours. Charlie looks in the thing, and it's some alcohol and a
member, a toy of sorts.
yeah, that's it. And then her shock is like, oh no. So he was looking for a good time retreat. There we go, good time retreat. Now we get back into the vehicle where all of a sudden Charlie flips to Hank, and these are some, I don't know what they like, darts, just some darts he got like he had as well.
Lawn darts. It's a game.
I've never ever heard it. Why do you play it? What is it?
It's literally like darts on a lawn. It's like a backyard game, like a backyard
really dangerous
kind of game.
though.
It's been something like it. I think it died out during my childhood and generation. I've never seen anybody play lawn darts. And
dartboard.
No, you throw them up in the air and then they land down on the ground. That's why it was dangerous.
That is quite dangerous.
You put like a bullseye on the lawn.
I thought you throw them at a target.
No, it's quite literally lawn darts.
When you got little kids running around, it's it's wild.
Yeah, that's not something. It's something that like this. It was referenced in movies when I was growing up, so I knew of it, but I never in my life saw somebody play it. It was always cornhole or bocce ball or something like that. It was
whoa! You just went French on me. What was that? Cornhole?
Italian. Bocce ball is Italian.
What is cornhole?
Oh, cornhole. It's like I'm sure you've seen it. You might just have a different name for it. It's like these two wooden boards with a hole in it, and you stand like a good distance from each other, teams of either one or two, and you toss these bags that are literally filled with corn. You toss. Sometimes
they played it. I know
like these square bags. I had a feeling you've probably seen it online or something, but it's these square bags full of corn, and you just kind of toss them. You just it's kind of like horseshoes in a way, honestly, just like a different style of it, I guess. Same concept though. You stand across from each other, you throw something towards the other target.
Yeah, and what was the other foreign language? What else do you call it? What else?
Bocce ball.
Yeah,
that's kind of again a similar concept. You throw one ball out, it's the target ball, and then the other, you got other balls that you throw, like bigger ones that they almost look like candlepin bowling balls, like small hard balls like that, and you just try to get it close to the target ball.
See, maybe
it's a lot of just throwing stuff across the yard. It ends up being long.
I just put up the cornhole. So
that's it.
Now these folks are lined up, and there's a companion across from them. Like I don't know.
So these two, so each set of two here, like these two people would be on two separate teams. They're just on the same side. Across from them is their teammate with another board, and you and your team you and your teammate are across from each other, and you're each trying to score on the opponent's boards when it's your turn. I mean, the boards are technically for both teams, but when one team's shooting, that means the other team is kind of in the defense mode at that point. So you're trying to score on their board. It's a fun game. It's honestly really fun.
And it's
like
a huge market for people who make these boards, because now they make these custom boards. Like, when I go to a Maryland game, they got custom cornhole boards with, the Maryland logo, the Ravens, all the sports teams have.
My wife and I have ones that are Game of Thrones. One's House Targaryen, the other one is House Stark.
Oh, nice.
Well, I know what I'm coming over then next year. We're going to have literally a competitive kind of freeway family.
It's honestly a lot of fun. It really is.
Now,
you
have
like a backyard cookout.
Do you play that? Like, so if someone's throwing their beanbag, you can sacrifice one of yours and try to hit their
Oh,
beanbag out of the
no.
way.
No, I've never played it like
It's
that.
like one of those house rules. So in my family, you lob the beanbag at the target, but you overhand.
Keep talking. I'll be right back.
You overhand the beanbag to try to intercept and knock
That's
the other
interesting.
beanbag out of the sky like a Patriot missile, like and if you do that, then you get double the points, but it's so rare, and you've lost your beanbag then if you do
Right,
that. So
right.
you
That's
gotta be
interesting. I've
super
never played with
careful
those rules. I'd like to
if you're
try that,
trying to
honestly.
intercept. It's kind of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm sure. Honestly, I love cornhole. You have a backyard cookout, get a beer in my hand, put me at the cornhole boards, I'm good.
Oh, it's so great. It's so great. And then there's you mentioned bocce ball. So in one of my walks through Little Italy in Baltimore, they still have a bocce ball court.
No kidding.
Like a block from the main Italian church there, St. Leo's. And I think my walk, it was over the summer, so it was like 8:00 in the morning, bright sunshine, all the old guys playing bocce ball. They're already drunk at 8:00 in the
I'm
morning.
shocked.
They've all got their big, either beer or, some kind of drink going. The music is blaring. And these are all the oldsters, all the old Italian guys.
They've earned it at that point, I guess.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know what that game, I don't know how you play that game though. I think it's like,
It's nothing. I don't know the like specific rules of scoring and all that. Maybe this stuff I don't know, but essentially you'll usually get like a small ball that's like a golf ball size, maybe a little bigger, yellow, orange, whatever color. You throw one out, or you throw it out. And from what I understand, I've only played a few times again at backyard cookouts, but from the way I've played it, it's then just you've got like 3 balls each, you and your opponent, and it's whoever can get, I think, as many balls close to it, that target ball. Or maybe just one, whoever gets the closest ball to it. I kind of forget how the scoring works, but it's essentially the concept is getting your balls closest to that target one.
Awesome. And then we'll have to ask James to explain snooker one day, because when I was in London, so I don't know if it was a replay or whatever, but I was catching the World Snooker Championship some evenings. I don't understand, but I don't understand. I should have looked it up. I was watching. I was very interested.
Well, it's like your pool tables, but then times it by the size of 4. Make the pockets really, really small, the ball smaller, and then it's you have to work out the maths. So it's literally a math game as you play it. So because you would have to, if a player gets like 50, and then you've only got, I don't know, like, well, it's not good. If you got 50 and then you're on like 20 and there's only 30 left, you just have to start snookering, and that's when they can't play a ball, and if they miss the ball, then you get the point back, kind of thing like that. And then you have to do that, and it's but then you hit a red ball, then you can go for a color ball, and all the color balls have different things, but
in order though.
But
you have to do them in order too. At the end you do. Any game that requires that much math. I mean, even darts. As much as I love darts, you got to do the math, and it's like
but darts is even worse, because when you play pub darts, you get drunk. Now they've got electrical.
Well, I was just going to say,
when you're trying to do, you're like, whoa.
There was a place like that opened up in the city. That's I forget what it's called, but these really nice like electronic dartboards with all these games, and it's got cameras that show you slow motion of your throws and all that. It's really, really cool. It's about the only way I can play, because I can't keep track of the score.
Most of the time you have somebody standing right there with a chalk, and it's with a blackboard. Right. Most of the time in the UK still. And I think it's funny, because you ever watch old 70s snooker and darts in the UK. Everybody's got a cigarette, a fag, and got a beer.
They're literally so getting drunk.
Yep, getting drunk.
And the guy with the mic. I like the guy with the microphone now. Is it?
I
was going to say that's it. Yeah, it's like the Michael Buffer thing. The way he says it's trademarked. 180.
And then it's like in the snooker. And now he goes for the Red Bull. He's taking the shot.
Did you ever see the Mitchell and Webb when they make fun of the snooker guys?
Ooh.
No.
So they do that. They do the commentary, and and they're very quiet, but then they start drinking and they get more animated.
Oh, some of the best commentary is cricket, golf, and snooker, is because there are periods where the game just gets really boring, and then the commentators go, we just start taking the piss? And it's
Prattle
and
on,
it's just
yeah.
great. Just go, yeah, look,
Golf,
we just,
golf can be
we
really
just
good
keep
for that.
talking about anything else but the game. It's
Mhm.
literally, it's it's quite funny.
Baseball can have a bit of that as well too.
Mm.
That we used to have a couple guys who did our games here for the Red Sox that were phenomenal at that. They would
I
would
can't
go
remember the
viral
British.
all the
There's
time for great
a
stuff.
British commentator who does the golf, does a lot of the PJ, like probably around about like 5 years ago. He retired, but he was brilliant at doing it because he would always have like the American commentator with him who knew his style, but then they would always get a professional in, and they'd be like, what are they talking about? And they would just go off topic. And this guy would have like the American commentator would understand British humor and then just be like, I'd be the straight man, and he'd just be like, and it was brilliant. It was brilliant. Like, yeah, when you got really two bad golfers, and they're just like, and once again, he's in the bunker.
How are we gonna make this entertaining?
yeah, it's just brilliant. But yeah, sorry, anyway. I'm guessing if you're posh, you're gonna have croquet or cricket. That is going to be your our things. But because we don't do like barbecues or cookouts, if we do a barbecue,
Whoa, you guys don't
just
do
goes to
barbecues and
drink.
cookouts?
No, well, our barbecue is crap in it because it's always every time somebody plans it, it's going to rain.
Grill a couple burgers and dogs, you know.
Yeah, but our gardens are kind of smaller, so unless you go to a thing, we do kind of good like cider and sausage festivals. We kind of call them like that, where you have like beer and burgers festivals, and you go there. But it's still there's a live band. Everybody just gets really really drunk, and I say, UK just like a barbecue is just an excuse to get very, very, very drunk. That is, I mean, and eat
I think that's just barbecues in general. Some good food and some good drinks.
Yeah. And then you get like that. Yeah, there might be some card games or some lewd moments on something silly, but otherwise, from that, it might be a kick around. That's going to be it. Yeah,
no kidding.
It's not going to be in there.
Oh no,
we haven't got really.
Lawn games is like a whole industry here. You find new ones. There's been so many just in the past like 10, 15 years. I've noticed so many new. There's things called like spike ball was one that was big a while ago. Can jam where you throw a frisbee back and forth. There's so many different lawn games because it's such a big thing here.
Yeah, it's just because we got small gardens, can't really get. You just get somebody's got a barbecue. You're like, what? You got a barbecue? Wow! In your garden? Bloody hell.
Fair enough.
Like even the peg on the string or the ring on the string. Like
that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
I don't know what we call it. Ring on a hook, whatever.
We do swing ball. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, this is a little ring. It's a small ring.
A ball.
A pole with a ball.
Try to tuck it on a hook, but it's on a string. So you have to you have to swing it, try to get it on a hook. Or if you're going to chuck it, the rope's probably going to pull it back. So it's a whole thing, this ring on a string.
That's one I've only played a few times because only growing up, a few friends, their parents had it set up on, because usually you just stick the hook in a tree and you'll tie the string in the washer, to a branch a little far away from it. And you just slowly, just try to get the washer, the hook on the hook. It's awesome.
That's it.
Look at that.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I like it. Said we got asked. No wonder.
There you go.
There we go. Anyway, back to me, myself, and Irene.
That was a big sidetrack.
That was
we could do a long game special because if Napoleon Dynamite ever comes up, Daryl Tetherball, Tetherball, and Napoleon Dynamite.
So I thought about Napoleon Dynamite for my comedy movie, but I wasn't sure if that was like just a movie of my era that my generation thinks is hilarious. So I thought it was.
I think it's hilarious.
Okay, it's good to know because it is honestly hilarious, but. I just always wonder if that was
put it on the board. Then put it on the board.
We might have to, honestly.
It's
I've always wondered if that was just my generation, like it, because I was maybe 7th grade at the time it came out, so I didn't know if it was just like immature humor, if anybody else thought it was funny too. But that was a big one for us.
Oh, what's it? What is his name? And he's running for president.
Pedro. Vote for Pedro.
Vote for Pedro. Pedro for president.
It's such a dumb movie.
Oh, it's not.
It works.
I thought I would have put it. Well, I'm putting it on.
Throw it on.
Put it on. There you go.
I haven't watched that in ages.
I actually come up the other day and I was like, would I still like this movie? And I sat down and watched the 3 quarters. Like it was a quarter in and it came on. And I was like, would I like this movie still? And I liked it. I was like, oh yeah, because his brother who thinks he can go back in time. Fucking hell.
It's so dumb, but it's so good.
No, it's such a cult classic because even though it's and I'm not from the Midwest, I don't know anyone from the Midwest, so maybe they're insulted by it. But just the whole, kid on a bus. There's not a lot to do in the Midwest. They all belong to the 4-H club. They're learning how to tell why the milk is spoiled by drinking it. It's so funny.
Yeah, don't smell it. Just drink it. Oh. Yeah. But anyway, we get that anyway. So Hank comes up with the plan. They need to get rid of the vehicle because it's the lieutenant. So everybody's going to be looking at it. So they need to ditch it. So they send it into a quarry.
As you do. Why?
As you do. Okay. That's it.
And left my.
We have a place around here where the quarry, where the divers, and they actually put like junk, like aircraft.
To teach
things, them. Teach them how to dive and like that.
Okay.
Quite cool. He. But this is not the part that he goes back. He saves her life. Literally 10 meters away from
I was gonna say edge. Like 15-20 feet away from the edge. Not even close.
I thought we were gonna fall in. No, I'm okay. Where we get then did you pick up the wallet? No. So yeah, we get that, and then we get now there is, I'm gonna say in this, there is a lot where we had Pepsi. This is Coca-Cola. This is a Coca-Cola movie.
Oh yeah, for sure. The Coke machine. Yep.
Yeah. But now we
get Ben and Jerry's.
So he steals it off a little kid. And I can't believe the mum wouldn't have to say anything.
Well, of course she would. But you got to make the comedy keep flowing.
I would hate to know if somebody stole an ice cream off my kid and Jade was there. I would walk away because I know there's going to be trouble. I'm walking away. I'm like, no, you've stirred that pot, mate. You deal with her. I'm walking away because that's going to get nasty. I don't have to do anything. But he has a plan to, if she beats him up, literally, he'll go to the boss of the Ben and Jerry's, get some money. Yeah. Where he's like, don't be vulgar, don't be a pussy about it, and then she just drop kicks him in the face. He goes tumbling over the side. Where then it goes into Charlie has to deal with it. So she's kind of broken his nose, and all you get this little every time he breathes,
and they're so consistent with it too. It cracks me up.
But we see a train. Do you think what I'm thinking? And he goes for it. Unfortunately, she outruns him. She has to jump off like that. So again, like that. And then we get back to a little bit of a thing is where the boys are at the media are all there. They're saying go to the highways, but no, Daddy wouldn't do that. Daddy doesn't like doesn't eat junk food, fast food. So we see him now at a diner where he's ordering, the wheat bread, chicken sandwich, all everything that's healthy. And Irene goes to order, where we get this little adorable little kid just enjoying his milkshake. I'm guessing it's milkshake just by the carton, but how big is that milkshake if it is? You guys do know how to do a good drink. We would not have that in our country. That would be banned.
That's definitely milkshake, because that's the metal cup that would go in the old days up until the milkshake machine. So that's a milkshake.
Oh man, there's nothing like a good milkshake.
I know. Now I want one.
It doesn't take much for me to want one.
Have I told you my milk shake story?
No.
The amusement park, right? Yep.
Yes. Miami Vice, and then everywhere.
It came back. Oh god.
Yeah, it came back. No, it's only because there was it was the Miami Vice. Like do you have the live thing? And they did the Miami Vice kind of thing. Really showing my age because they probably when that stopped. Yeah. And me and my cousin who was 4, 4 years older than me. Yeah, we went, and he's 18, 19. Yeah, he could like that, and we got this the biggest milkshake you could ever do, and it was when it was like I suppose £5 would get you $15. It was, the exchange rate was great, so everything was dirt cheap. And then I'm like, I'm having that, and he was like, go on then, you can have it, but don't be sick. And then we went straight on a roller coaster, and then my grandparents who took us was like, we gotta go, ran, and I'm like, I just went on a roller coaster, and then just feeling this chocolate milkshake about to come up, and then in front of everybody, the whole time, gone. That was it. Yeah, yeah. I was young.
That'll do it.
That was it. So I was like, ooh. That was it. But guaranteed, about 20 minutes later, I was like, can I have another one?
Oh, they're just too good.
Yeah, just give me sugar. Give me sugar. But yeah, so this kid is slurping away at Charlie, and then a little bit of a tick, and then Hank comes out, and goes, bring it on, kid. And I like that. Like, he's like, no, the dad sits up like, what you doing to my son? And he's like, I ain't got any beef with you. It's the kid I'm on about. And he's like, come on. And he does his little fight talk again. Was where, and then, yeah, of course, Irene is trying to, he's got problems, he's on medication, don't do that. And then we get back to the seats, and then we get Whitey. I think they called him straight away, don't they? But he he's again just goes straight in, takes the piss out of his complexion, his look, and then she has a go at him, and then he pulls a little bit of a sub story, and then he goes outside as Hank, and then goes plays his card, I suppose, to try and, I'm going to say a lot of things, like spoiling a little bit, to get her in bed. He's like that, but he's going to do something good. He's going to do something great. He's going to apologize to the kid, and he's going to sort out this nose for Charlie. You know, he's got to do things. So we get then Charlie's back. His nose has been sorted, and he's got tape over his chin because Hank thought he had a weak chin. But who they brought along as well? They brought Whitey over. I think they just called him Whitey because that's his nickname, isn't it? I think they just called him Whitey.
I think at first they call him Milky, but then he says his friends call him Whitey, so they call him
Whitey. An albino is why.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he's got some money, so he's played for the plastic surgery. To doing better now. He's friends with them, and he's on the run with them. Let's say, but I don't think he actually knows that he's like they're wanted. But I don't think they know they're wanted at the moment, do they?
No. No, I think they just assume they're still on the run from like Dickie and that other cop.
Yeah. And then we get again, guy zooms up into a disabled space. Charlie turns into Hank. Hank trashes the car, rips out the seats, urinates in the I'm guessing you're gonna the gas
tank.
Gas tank. And unfortunately it's this guy's yes, Mr. Such and Such. I've got your car ready. What are you doing? That's it. But then we get back into another motel where we get a family's history of Whitey, where his family is gone, and kind of indicates that he's murdered them. So he's a bit of a psycho.
And keep in mind, him and Charlie are laying in a twin size bed side by side for this for this entire scene.
So he gets that, and then Charlie's like, I'm gonna go and see if Irene's okay. Where he explains the situation is like he's we've just brought over a convicted felon, literally, who's just been let out 6 months ago, I think, like that, from killing his family. What have we done? So can I stay here? I'll sleep on the floor. So she's shocked about the thing where we get now the product placements starting to quite wrap up, where the Coca-Cola machine doesn't work twice, and then the guy laughs in his face, and then he goes back and goes, "Oh, it was great. I didn't turn into Hank. You know, I tried, and I said your laughter is hurting me, sir," or something like that, isn't it? Like the things, and she gets out, "Well, do you fancy a drink?" And then she gets out some, I think it's Bacardi, isn't it, or something? I don't know, whatever it is.
Looks like a rum or something. I'm not sure.
Then we fade into the night, and they've slept together, and then we get Hank gets up, scratches his.
About the best way to show that.
Yeah, that is it. Yeah, that's the best thing. He's can't control his pee because he's been up all night having sex. Let's say. Why does it feel like I've been up all night having sex? At this point, he also is tender in the rear. I have to explain that because that will bring up later. Let's say that. And she's like, "Why is it?" So she's shocked now. She knows. It was Hank, not Charlie. Then we get another things is where this. I don't get it. So yeah, it's you sure you saw this? This is just for the cameo. The cameo.
I'm not familiar with her by face. Who is this?
Tennis player. Anna Ratakalova or something. What's her name? She was massive.
Yeah, it went over my head entirely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I've never
she was the Russian kind of sexy tennis player who really had this.
Anna Kournikova, yeah.
Is Anna Kournikova?
Oh, I remember her. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I just didn't recognize it for ages.
The strangest grunt, let's say that.
Yes,
that's why she got kind of like, "Oh, you're a little bit pretty, but you've got this very, had a grunt." Literally, to go back to you, like, okay, yeah.
I always thought it was just for the joke of the guy having, a good-looking girlfriend. I didn't realize it was her.
I think I did it, but
so
cameo.
That's not a sports cameo like that isn't uncommon for the Farrelly brothers. And I got another one at the end of the movie that I'll point out that I was curious if Stasis picked up on or not.
Oh, okay. And things like that. So yeah, we're getting ready. Charlie's, cleaning himself.
Oh, so this might be after the reveal of how that
yes, I was gonna say
say this.
Yeah,
okay,
I can't say.
Right? So we can't really say it, and exactly can't really say it. But that's one of the things about trying to go over this movie on a stream is that most of the jokes you really can't say on YouTube.
They had fun with the rubber implement.
Yes, from earlier in the movie.
Yeah, and
and he essentially finds that it was him that was the one having fun with it. The way he that quick cut from her basically telling him like, "No, that was for you, not for me." Yeah, that little scene of the way he whips it behind his head and just puts his hand to his face, that slight little bit of physical humor absolutely kills me every single time. I love the way they kind of mix in that.
I would have laughed to be the sound effects person because it makes the weirdest noise every time. It's like this floppy noise. Oh, it's like thing. But because they know where they are, we've got the police charging in and go in, start shooting, say he's got a gun, and then plant it afterwards. Like that. It'll be fine. So they're like that. So we know both cops who are both corrupt. Lucky enough, whilst about to break in, they get a call from one of the troopers outside. They've arrested him on one of the intersections or wherever it is, where we get this. Again is sorry about this. I'm gonna take the chopper. Why is the chopper there? Don't know. And then the copper, I'm guessing, makes the wrong thing. Is when I find your dad, I will kick the living hell out of him. Where they go to make a bet of what is the circumference of a chicken egg,
A chicken head.
And where it can go.
Where can it go?
Where can it be placed?
I think we can get that. So we get that, and then we get they're off, and he wins the bet, and he's like, well, I was close. You know, it kind of still counted, so he pays up. And then we get, can't you fly a helicopter? I'm reading the instructions, but it's in German. Yeah, and then they kind of just go, yeah, it's a lot of swear words.
But you speak German. He says, I speak German, but I don't read German. And then they start going in German, and they're cursing in German.
And then, of course, everybody turns up after that. Find out. I'm gonna show. I think it'd be fine for YouTube. We get chicken in the bum.
I wouldn't stay on it too long.
Yeah, chicken in the bum. There we go. Chicken in the bum. So we get a chicken head in the bum. Why not? That's what. Yeah. So then we get this was their plan after all the time, is to ditch Whitey. Whitey turns up. They see a little sign. He kind of gets the point of the police are after him. So that's okay. But now we're at the train tracks. Charlie makes a call. But the only people I could probably trust is my own department. So he makes a call back to this guy. I can't remember his name. One of the other things, but we see later early with the big mustache.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have a mustache at this point. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. But his first call is to the corrupt cops. Yeah, because I'm guessing there's going to be money involved. So we get that, and then this is where we kind of get again this back between Irene and Charlie, and this is where this is quite like that, is where Charlie's having a go at him about that you can't believe you spread your legs for Hank and all that, and I can't believe you did that to him. And she went, you did it to yourself. And he's like, oh. Like that. Oh, he's like that. So, but they have a moment that he kind of, I like you kind of moment. They get onto the things, and this time she actually then, after a kind of heartfelt moment between the both, she sleeps with Charlie this time, but on the train. Don't know how we got there. Do we care? Does it really matter? It doesn't really matter. It's that kind of movie that we've got plot holes left and right center. Is Dickie's on the same train, where he gets into their cabin, where then again out of the toilet section, after he points his weapon at Irene, Hank comes in, does his little bit of life punching in the air,
shadow boxing.
Gets completely knocked out, kind of like that. And then again, Irene saves the day, knocks them both out, Dickie out, and Hank's doing something like that. She kicks Hank's in the nether regions, let's say that, and when that happens, it's Charlie emerges again to feel the full force of the pain. It's like, why did you do that? It's just little things. And then of course the train stops, we get out, and this is where we have Charlie versus Hank moment. Charlie is losing the battle. Hank is kind of winning at this point, that he wants full control. So Hank beats up Charlie, let's say that, in front of everyone, whilst then the police are coming down on them. Irene's off as well. And then, of course, we get the police chase. So we get police one goes after Charlie. After Charlie has shown his sausage to everybody to warn them off, or Hank did. And then we get, I loved, it's quite clever, this bit where he's like, he gets wounded and he's like, I can't take you. I'm going to have to drop you off. And he throws himself in the car, then comes out as Hank. That's like, I'm ready now. It's like, I can't have to.
The pure talent of his physical comedy ability is insane. Like, he makes, even just like when he's getting picked up off the ground, he makes all that look so good and so believable that it's actually a fight with himself. He is phenomenally talented at the physical acting stuff.
I don't know if there anyone who is now, like going way back when, like
right.
Dick Van Dyke, Jerry Lewis, Charlie Chaplin, of course, initiated
Rowan
it, right?
Atkinson, another one we always talk about, who does
Rowan
really good physical
Atkinson.
stuff.
Even on the ladies' side, Lucille Ball, you know, Laverne and Shirley, right? They, but like, who does the physical comedy? What's his name? Oh my gosh, he passed away. Big guy. You know, Tommy Boy.
God.
Yeah.
Chris,
I forgot his name.
Farley.
Chris Farley. Sorry,
Chris
I was getting confused with the
Farley,
Farrellies of this movie. Yes, Chris Farley.
But like, I just, in the last 10, 15 years, there's no one who's a physical comedian.
No, not really. And if there is, no one as good as he was at it.
When's the last time we got a good comedy, though? When's the last time we had a good comedy?
Yeah, that's fair, too. But him specifically, it's just like, it's every bit of his body, his arms, his legs, his facial manipulation, all of it. He's just like, even that like straight face he does with Hank is completely different from Charlie. He's just so talented. But that even goes back to some of his old stand-up days, doing impressions of people. Like, he can make his face look like Robert De Niro's. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. But when he does that De Niro impression, he legitimately looks like Robert De Niro. His talents when it comes to that stuff is just out of this world.
No, I'm going to quickly just go back to a comment I didn't put up. I'm going to say this is not a dad joke. This is a granddad joke. What do you call a band of albinos?
It is a granddad joke.
The Beach.
The Bleach.
Well done, Daryl. Oh, that's bad. That is bad. That's bad for me. Sorry, but yeah. But yeah, he gets into his a good car. I don't know what it is, but it's a good car. A good car.
Mustang.
Is it a Mustang? Yeah. Is it in a Mustang?
Yep, it's an old Mustang. It's probably like one from the 70s.
Yeah, he runs over one of the corrupt cops, whilst then we get back to Irene, who's running through the train, getting things, and then we get back to Hank and Charlie having an argument to themselves that you can't get rid of me kind of moment. Yes, I can kind of moment. They're having a two-way conversation with themselves. Let's say that through the mirror. That's it. Then we get the corrupt cop has lost Irene. She's in a holding. She gets some disguise, and then we get is this where he throws, like, I couldn't get a good picture. I think this is where and he throws him out of the car. He throws himself out of the car, beats himself out of the car. Like that. So I was trying to get a good shot, but it was so blurry. I was like, I can't get a good one. But yeah, he gets angry. What are you still doing here? Like afterwards, it's like, it's so silly. But from that, we get, and then Dickie is waiting for the train as well. Takes one of the cops out, who are waiting for him. Irene's got the greatest disguise in the world, and of course, we get Hank's turning up as well, where Dickie's got Irene now. Hank has turned up, gets confronted by one of his colleagues. You got to come with me. He quickly knocks him out as Charlie this time. What is important, and he runs off, hears the noise and goes off into the water across a brickety bridge, I don't know what we call it, where Irene's being taken. I don't know why we don't get he's scared of water. Because he goes to go and he goes the water. No, I don't remember, because he goes, yeah, she's effed. No, anyway, it was good going. Like Hank goes, yeah, I'm not having any of that. But I can't remember throughout the movie there was anything about water.
No.
I think that got cut or something.
I think in my mind, I've always confused it with Truman Show, because in that movie he's scared of water.
It would have been good if this movie was after the Truman Show, but it's not, is it? It would have made sense, I'm sure. Or maybe it is.
No, it is after. I believe Truman Show was like 98. So this
maybe that's why. I wonder if they played that joke.
Maybe
honestly. Joke. Maybe. There we go. I thought it was like before.
No, because they definitely don't make any reference to Fear of Water in the movie.
I wonder if that's it. Yeah, or maybe that's it. Yeah. So he has these argument with Hank, and finally, breaks the curse, I suppose that's the best way to call it. And he confronts Dickie, who's got Irene, kind of plays him down, gets us close to things, and put the weapon away, puts his thumb over the nozzle, and Dickie fires. It's got like that. Where and Dickie's taken off his thumb. There we go. And it's quite good because it's just that, isn't it? He's literally just doing that. Like, oh! But yeah, he's lost his thumb. So they're all in peril. Dickie's got the upper hand. And out of nowhere, and I mean nowhere, the dangerous game in the world, apparently now for lawns and for children. But lucky enough,
Whitey with a long dart.
Whitey with a long dart. How he got the long darts, we don't know.
How he got to them.
Well, good shot. He's a good aim.
No, you're right, because they would have been in the car that they dumped in the quarry.
In the river.
Unless for some reason
maybe
they kept it.
Everyone has lawn darts in New England.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Just in case. I'm always ready. But yeah, so he gets Dickie in the back. But Dickie pulls Irene over the edge into the water. So they go through that. And of course, Hank goes after him. And yeah, lucky enough, he has a GPS on him.
Here come the kids.
Know. Yeah, the kids come A-team style. And literally, get him from the water. That's it. And then we get a bit, that how's my thumb? I'll tell you when I found it. That's it. And then we get this really random FBI agent.
I never understood this guy's character.
I don't get it either.
Yeah, I was
it feels like there's stuff in this movie that was cut probably for
really
runtime.
Bad. Yeah, because it was
like,
he's like, and he's prominent in the wheelchair, so you would think, there was a wheelchair joke or something, a disabled joke.
Probably something with Hank, maybe
saying
something bad.
Someone Hank looked up to, like early in his career or something.
Maybe.
Like, who is this guy?
Yeah, it's just a bit of a weird scene, but then we get the next scene they quickly go to. What's lucky enough is him and Whitey, where Whitey explains, you were a bit of a, you were a bit weird, and I had to spend the bed with you, so I made up a story about my parents. My parents are gone, but they went to Phoenix. What bastard! Look at my complexion.
I wouldn't last a day in Phoenix.
Yeah. So he understands that, and then he goes, "Oh, your bandage is getting a bit juicy, and it must be time to take it off." And then goes, Charlie. Oh, goes in the mirror. Oh, it looks quite good. Da-da! And then of course, all you hear from his kids is, "Daddy, you got a bum hole in your chin," like that. But then we get back to then Irene. Like the beginning and ends, they kind of really wrap up really quick. So we got Irene, who's she's going home. So like that, she's been acquitted, I suppose you want to call it, of any wrongdoing. And then Hank is goodbye, and he's very being Charlie, but Charlie's saying goodbye. Is being very kind. I'll see you later. If I'm ever there, I'll look you up. I like that. So it goes off with her, and then Charlie just on his own. But unfortunately, Irene gets pulled over again for, I think, this car's been stolen, and she's like, "No, it hasn't. I rented this. I rented it." Whereas, they pin her against, put your hands on the bonnet, and then it's turns around and it's Hank. Let's see if I can get that. Will I save that? Yeah, we go. So Hank is sorry, I keep saying Hank. Charlie's there to show her the love, his love for her. He wants to marry her, and then we get the kids in a plane with Whitey. Whitey's their new best friend, I'm guessing, and then their little message. That's it, and we get literally lovely, nice how you do that, and then we get a little bit at the end. them going, "Thank you for watching our film," and that's it. And then they do a little bit of an outtake of, you know, the people missing, and most of the people who got cut out are people from previous movies or to be movies as well.
So, and we see that the cow is still alive and bandaged
cow,
up
yes,
in a neck brace.
the cow is still
some
alive.
head bandages.
and it got like the collar brace. So yeah, the cow is still alive. So what was the? Sorry, Jay, you said there was a.
Oh, right. So during that scene when they're God, is it after he proposes? No, I think it's when they're wrapping up the kind of climax of the movie, at least with the plot, with when he asked the doctor about his thumb, and the doctor says, when I find it. Just after that, it's either around here or it's after the proposal. I can't remember, but just at the tail end here, somebody congratulates him, and he says, "Oh, I appreciated Seabass." And Seabass also made an appearance in Dumb and Dumber when they're in the diner, and he gets in the argument with the guy in the booth, and someone's like, "Kick his ass, Seabass." Seabass is played by none other than Cam Neely, because I believe the Farley brothers were Bruins fans. So Cam Neely, the Bruins player, who's currently the Bruins president, had a second cameo in this movie for them as Seabass again, but this time Seabass was a state trooper. So there you go. More Bruins just being great.
No, it isn't. There we go. So me, myself, and Irene. Jay, do you want to go first?
Sure.
Wait,
numbers first, right?
Numbers first. Sorry, completely forgot. It's like last week. I forgot all about the Green Mile trailer.
Well, I have a few interesting little factoids about 2000. So this film was released in 2000. We already said it was written by the Farrelly brothers and Mike Cerrone, who put his name on the softball uniforms, and it was filmed in Rhode Island and Vermont. Now, on our list of the Wheel of Film films, we have 9 films from 2000. This would make number 10 because it wasn't in our list, and that's the second highest year on the Wheel of Film, beaten out only by 1993. So when we look at the films that we had in the year 2000, there are a couple films that we've either recently looked at or we will soon look at. So we've already had Battle Royale, Castaway, Pitch Black, Tigerland. So the year 2000 is the most frequent year that we've already seen. We also have coming up The Green Mile, which is the year 2000. And then some other films that we have on the wheel for 2000 are one of the most amazing films ever made ever: Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Gladiator, Requiem from a Dream, which you just mentioned, Snatch, and Remember the Titans. So the year 2000 was a decent year.
Was Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man movie, was that 2001? Is that why I think it was. Okay. Now I would have thought 2000, but that because X-Men was Blade was 99. I think X-Men was 2000. That was the first Spider-Man, 2002. Wow.
Yes.
God, I thought it was a little earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, I must be thinking of X-Men. Must have been 2000 then, because I believe
Blade
it
was because when we look at the numbers for numbers. So when we go to the numbers, I think X-Men was number 6. So it didn't make the list. But this film was made for $51 million. I'm actually surprised that it more than doubled its budget, almost tripled the budget at the box office. But this was the year, as you mentioned, Jay, Jim Carrey was just a phenom. This film was the 20th highest grossing film of 2000. But look at the number 1 film, Jim Carrey.
Oh, right. That's right.
And then we had Mission Impossible 2, Gladiator, The Perfect Storm, which is not on our list, but I'm putting it on. So that'll be another 2000 film because it's a true story. It's done well. I really like the way it was done. And then Meet the Parents, which I actually had never seen. Parents.
I like Meet the Parents.
Yeah.
I don't like the sequels as much, but I do like Meet the Parents.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think it's one of those.
I can't remember the third one was called.
It's kind of another case of
Meet the Fockers and then Meet the what's the third one called?
It was Meet the Parents, Meet the Fockers.
Oh, what is the third one
What
called?
is the third one? Me.
Oh, that's gonna Oh my god,
Was
that's
that Ben Stiller? What was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, God,
Ben Stiller, and it would be Robert De Niro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we
He
go.
plays a
Why can't I remember the third one? The
CIA
third one was
spy
not
agent.
good.
No,
I didn't mind Meet the Fockers, but none of
Yeah.
them were as good as the first. Even the first, I think, can be a little bit overrated. Honestly, it's a lot of Ben Stiller kind of just being Ben Stiller. It's more funny, like the things that happen around him with the rest of the cast, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's Robert De Niro's movie, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, he's definitely the funniest one in it, and like the situations he puts Ben Stiller's character into. Greg, I think, is his name.
Yeah,
more so than Ben himself.
But no, Gaylord.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is his actual name.
But his name is Gaylord Fucker.
Yeah, essentially.
And that's
I
not
can't remember the third one.
This was our fifth film from 2000. So in terms of films that we've seen, the year 2000 is the highest
is winning
number of films from a single year. Is the year 2000, 25 years ago. So now on to you, Jay.
So all right. So for me, I want to make sure I kind of word this. I mean, I guess as always, let me just put it out there. This is a different scale. Comedies are always, to me, on a different scale than how we do the rest of Film Club. It's just not fair to, I think, a lot of comedy movies that are fantastic at what they do to be on the same scale as something like The Godfather or Goodfellas or, whatever it is that we might be going over. So this is on that adjusted scale for a comedy. Mm-hmm. I love this one. Obviously, I know I picked it, so that's pretty obvious, but I've just always loved this one. I think it's one that snuck by a lot of people somehow or another, even though this was kind of the prime of his career. I wonder almost if The Grinch being kind of the biggest buzz for him that year had something to do with it, because I didn't realize those were both in the same year. But this is just such an underrated Jim Carrey movie. I really liked the Farrelly brothers humor at this time too. Something About Mary was another one that I really liked. Obviously Dumb and Dumber. So something about them working with Jim Carrey, although I do believe they did the Dumb and Dumber sequel all together as well, and didn't, from what I understand, wasn't very good. But something about them working together at this time just works for my sense of humor, especially the edgy nature of this one. At the time when I watched it, it wasn't 2000. I was a little too young for it. So it was probably maybe like 06 or 07 that I actually watched it when I was getting towards my teenage years. So it kind of hit me at the right time, being this edgier type of comedy. It's pretty vulgar, and it definitely pushes the boundaries in terms of that kind of humor. So one thing I will say is I would definitely, in general, I recommend this movie, but I especially recommend watching this one because a lot of the jokes are things that not only can we not say on YouTube, it's probably better that we can't, because we wouldn't be able to deliver it the way the movie does. One, Jim Carrey is obviously brilliant at what he does, but it's also just the writing, the little bits of editing, the way, they choose to do some scenes that are physical comedy versus something that's a little bit more clever, or they might lay the seed of a joke that's going to come back later in the movie. They kind of dish out all flavors of comedy in this one, but not in a way that makes it feel like it's all over the place. It's kind of in a way that like you go from one style of joke to the next so that none of the styles they're using gets too repetitive or starts to lose its punch. I think the only real joke in the movie that doesn't land for me very well is the one that we talked about earlier with the flies on the motorcycle. That's the only one that kind of is like, that one falls flat. For the most part, I laugh at all the jokes in this one. It's a lot of stupid humor. It's a bit of clever humor here and there. It's a bit of the physical stuff, but it all just blends nicely. The story doesn't really matter in this. It's really just about having a reason to have Renée Zellweger and Jim Carrey kind of on these one-on-one moments, just kind of going back and forth with their comedic charisma in it. And she's pretty funny in it too, the way she plays her role. She's not like the clear comedy standout by any means. Obviously, it's Jim Carrey. But the way she responds to a lot of the things for him, even if it's just like the scene when he's got the dry mouth in the sheriff's office or the police office, she looks back at him and just gives this little like surprise jump that just adds a little bit to it. So she's got a nice compliment to his entire just wild style of comedy. So I really like the duo together. I think it works. Story, again, like I said, not a big deal. It's just about getting those two into the comedic spots that they need to be in. The kids, I think the kids is hilarious. His three boys and just the grown adults always they're very clearly very grown men. They're not even at the college age that they're claiming to be in terms of like the schoolwork that they're doing. They're very clearly grown men. So seeing them interact with Jim Carrey as if he's their daddy, as they like to call him, it just cracks me up. Plus the humor with each other is good. The mixing the intelligence with just the over-the-top swearing, I think works. I'm trying to think what else. Honestly, it's just a fun one. I just think it's a stupid comedy that's a lot of fun. The writing's not, particularly great, so it's nothing to write home about in terms of the plot. Like we mentioned, they halfway through you forget what the crime is that they're kind of running from. But all in all, yeah, I just like it. I think it's an underrated one for him. It makes me laugh. It's silly. It's smart at times, or at least clever at times. Not super smart, but it just works all the way through. And it's just got an early 2000s feel to it, which is nostalgic for me. The even from the opening credits, the way they kind of have the funky font on the screen saying like, and the music they play, it just has an early 2000s feel, which I'll always love because that's, a nostalgic era. So for all those reasons, it's a big recommend for me, and it's especially a recommend to watch if you're only watching us talk about it on Film Club, just because most of the humor lies in things that we wouldn't be able to really give it justice to trying to tell the jokes over here. So and that's like most comedies. A lot of people, I feel like when you recommend a movie to someone, you try to tell them the joke and it just falls flat because it's like you're not delivering it the right way. So with most comedies, it's like you got to watch it yourself to really get the full effect of how they pulled it off. So grade-wise, as much as I am gushing about it, my grade's not crazy. To me, it's like a solid 6.5 on the comedy scale. It makes me laugh. It's just not written all that well. Like there's a lot of stuff you got to just glance over. Some of the narration filling up some of those holes. But in terms of does it make me laugh, it does. So I give it a solid 6.5. I recommend. And yeah, that's kind of where I leave it.
Excellent. Sandy.
Well, I will say the film makes me laugh when I'm talking with you all about it. Right. I think it, for me, talking about the film and what works and doesn't work was a little bit more enjoyable than watching the film. Mm-hmm. I really struggled with not understanding that criminal plot. And I know that's me, right? I don't think, I think others could certainly enjoy the film without understanding what was going on back there. But it bothered me. Kind of the thread of the story, I kept having to remind myself, look, it's not about that. The thread of the story is really about the Hank and Charlie thing, right? Focus on that. But holy moly, I just couldn't stop thinking about why or who is chasing who for what reason and what is her role in it. I agree with you, Jay. Jim Carrey's physical comedy it's one of a kind. Like, and we very well could never see it again. Because what we'll see in a handful of the older films that we have put on the wheel, we don't see today. And it is amazing like you said, his entire body, his facial expressions, the way that he can impersonate someone by manipulating his face, right? And like you said, look like Robert De Niro, look like Jack Nicholson.
Yep.
In those, it's amazing, and kudos to him, 100%. I thought Renée Zellweger here, I guess she was playing what she was supposed to be playing, but her performance was really, really flat and a little off for me. But I would recommend the film. I think it's a chuckle. I would probably recommend watching it with other people, not by yourself. Maybe that's part of it too. I did, I kind of did like the coarse language of the brothers, the kids. I think they're my favorite part of the film. Next to Carrey's physical comedy, they are my favorite part of the film, and I like them. And I think one or two of them actually go back to his days with the Wayans brothers. We were talking before about Jim Carrey being on In Living Color and being with the Wayans brothers, and I think one or two of those actors come from back in that day and also do appear in some other films way in the background. I give the film a 3.5. Now, I had given it a 3, but after talking to the two of you, I did raise it up to a 3.5. I recommend it as long as you know what you're getting into. It's just a silly, goofy, throwaway comedy. And I say throwaway meaning, it's not going to leave you really thinking deeply about the plot or anything like that. it's a good, in the vein of a B movie. It's something to have on in the background. But I go with the 3.5, and 2000 was certainly a year for Jim Carrey. It
Yeah, for
was.
sure.
And so I think the quick, perhaps a quick rush to come up with something for him. This had to be written for him. No one else could do
Oh,
this
I'm
film,
sure. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
right? So this was like, hurry up, let's put something together like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation, so that we can, you're going to have Jim Carrey playing two completely different people, looking differently, just because of his expression and the way he could change his mannerisms. So, so that's from me. On to James.
Before I give my review, I have to say two things. One's a story, and then one's an opinion. So my first one, when this movie it kind of got released, and I was like, I like Jim Carrey. I do like Jim Carrey. And my dad was working in Thailand. He was out there for like 3 years, and then he said, "Dude, do you want to come out?" I was like, free trip to Thailand? Thank you very much.
Sure.
So yeah, having that. So literally, it must be 11, 13 hours like there. You have a look at your movies. What movies are on? And this airline, lucky enough, if you gave your ID, you were allowed to have the uncensored versions. So me, myself, and Irene, like Jim Carrey, loving it. Put Jim Carrey on. Boom, boom. Me, myself, and Irene. And then one of the flight attendants messed up the recording devices, so it got stuck on. Everybody had to watch for 13 hours, me, myself, and Irene.
Oh, God.
And the only thing that was coming out of your headset, radio-wise, was me, myself, and Irene. It was on a loop. So we started.
I couldn't do that with any movie. Never mind this one.
You couldn't even turn it over to see, like that plane tracking thing. It wouldn't even it was just stuck. It was just stuck.
Oh, God.
So I have that opinion to that. Oh my flipping God. I have that. I must say the first time I could take it or leave it. It was kind of like that kind of movie. It's annoying that is brilliant. It's going to make you downgrade a movie. It is going to 100% make you downgrade a movie. I
Bad
understand
experience with it for sure. It's about the worst experience you could have.
Yeah, but the other problem is about this movie, and I don't know why, and I really can't explain it to anyone except for, do you know them people you don't know why, but their face you just want to punch?
Yeah,
people you don't understand it. Renée Zellweger. Oh my God! Every time I see her on a movie, I'm like,
okay.
I feel like she tends to be a love or hate kind of person too.
It's the squinty eye. She always looks like she's straining to talk. Yes,
it literally does me. It's every like, why are you doing this all the time? And I'm like, and her performance in this is, I'm gonna go for that. It's a miss, but it's a miss because there's so many plot holes in this and like that, and you take it out. I have to say, I would rather have a more comedy moments of the sons, because their bits are really good. Like that is really good. Jim Carrey's at this point, he's done The Mask, and then what is it? He done Dumb and Dumber, and then he went on to this, and it's kind of like they tried to mix in the two a little bit too much. I think like his performance is good, but there's too much missing. There is to it. There's a lot too much. I'm guessing it's because I'm a Brit. Too much toilet humor. I say that. The vulgarity isn't funny enough to make me go, "Oh, I get it," and I'm laughing. Every time I say it, I find it funny about the sons. I suppose not the brothers, brother duo of his sons. Then the rest of the movie, I find them interesting. The rest of the movie, I really don't like. When you were saying you had your comedy moment and you went, "Oh, I want a Jim Carrey," I would have loved any other Jim Carrey movie.
Wow, no
when you went me, I was like, "Oh my God, he picked that movie." Me, myself, and Irene. I'm gonna give it a 3, And that is me being nice only because I gave Twilight a 2.5. And I mean that. I despise this movie.
I got to tell you, that's how I started
no
this.
Kidding.
I gave Twilight a 2, and I had to,
I really don't like this movie, and it's because of the circumstances. One, because of the actress, and I just don't think I like Jim Carrey. This is probably for me. He's one of his worst movies. Like I even like that Penguin one more than this, and the directors, they did that whole pass. I find that more entertaining than this.
I really, awful.
It's one of those movies. The circumstances. Would I recommend it? I know, because I get when you said it, I was like, oh please, why did you do this? I really like. I walked into my girlfriend. She knew the story of me having 13
I mean, that in fairness, that is
movie.
pretty brutal. 13 hours of
it's like water torture.
Yes.
So I've probably got this water torture memory of it as well. And it's got this actress. I'll literally turn her off.
See,
turn her off my TV.
I'm indifferent on her. I feel like a lot of people have that type of like, it's either you like her or you absolutely loathe her. I'm kind of indifferent.
It's literally
to be honest, this is probably the only movie I've seen with her. Like, I've never watched Bridget Jones. It's never been something I've been interested in. So I think she was Bridget Jones.
It's even a serious one. She did that one about
with her.
The mountain thing, like pre-Civil War, didn't she? With
I wouldn't even know. I've never watched much with her.
Cold Mountain, that's it. And I was like, hey, she got in it and started talking. I was like, turn that movie off. I couldn't stand her.
She's good in the screen adaptation of Chicago.
I've seen it. I don't like her even that. Do you know why? It's just that. Why are you doing this every time? It's just like it's the face. It's just that face and that. Like I don't know where she's from.
I liked her in Chicago.
It's that accent. It's that accent. It's just like, oh, you're whiny. You're whiny. You're doing that. It literally. I don't like people. It's literally ripping cotton wool, scratching a blackboard. It's that. It just does it. So yeah, unfortunately, I as Sandy said, I really enjoy talking about the movie than watching the movie because I found
fairness, I think that holds true for a lot of comedies. Sometimes I think conversing about comedies with other people always makes it like a lot more enjoyable. So I think that's a common thing.
Yeah. So it's when you said it, I was like, oh, Jim Carrey, and then you said Dumb and Dumber. I was like, oh, Dumb and Dumber, I like that. And I was like, oh, well, the other one, which other one? And then in my back of my head, he went, he won't pick that. And then you did. I was like, damn you!
Oh, Merry Christmas, Stasis.
And that's it. And it was one of them moments. It was like, I've watched this so many times, but in 13 hours. Continuously. And the worst thing is,
like Goodfellas like that. I'd end up literally.
But even when you didn't have the headphones on, it was like that because I had a stopover. This is the worst thing because I had a stopover in Vienna. My iPod, that at the time would have held 200 songs had died out. So I was like that. So it was either what was on things. It's a movie that unfortunately circumstances I will never go back to. And it's just like that. But I understand people get it. It was water torture. That my trip back was fine. Literally, I don't think it was on there. I was like, not having that. But yeah, that's why. Yeah, but I love Jim Carrey. I love all his other movies. I really don't like his some of the ones he's been really over the top. I still like him. Even when he's over being stupid, I don't mind it, you know. This one, is just, I was like, oh, that's a disappointment. And then having to constantly see it as you're on a flight to Thailand, was not good. So
fair enough.
It's a miss, Jay, unfortunately for me. Yeah, but I get it. People.
And to be honest, I find comedy to be the hardest types of movies to recommend to people because taste in movies, I think, is much more like a general taste in good movies, I think has a wider range of what people's taste is. When it comes to comedies, I feel like it's so specific that it's really hard to match other people's comedies. So I think whenever you're recommending them to people, it's one of my most fearful movies of recommending because I always feel like, is this just me who likes this and thinks like, is this just my silly sense of humor? Is anybody else gonna laugh? Versus like, I could recommend the Goodfellas to anybody who I know likes good movies if they've never seen it. And they're probably going to come out of it with a better, even if they don't love it, at least a better experience than had they watched a comedy that they truly didn't enjoy. Because when a movie's not funny to people, it is like a a drag to get through versus something that's like, oh, you know, it was a little boring. I thought Goodfellas moved a little slow or something like that. They can still come out of it with like, oh, it was a good movie, just maybe not my taste entirely. Versus if a comedy misses, it ends up like you guys have it as a 3. So it is always one of the toughest ones, I think, to recommend.
Yeah. I think it's hard. Like, you're never going to get, I don't think, like, because you got dramas, thrillers, and all that, you know, the top ones. It's always hard, like, a comedy to score above a 7. That has to be hard. That's got to be like you being clever. Like, even when like the ones that are comedy but drama, like you got comedy drama ones, trains, planes, and automobiles. That's hitting a different level of like comedy and drama though. Like this one is dark humor, slapstick.
Yeah,
it's not gonna it's not gonna go into like if you came out with a 9. Like I would have gone, what you know,
like there's not
it's not you don't know, like
there's not some message they're also trying to get along, some deeper meaning, nothing like it's just this one's a pure comedy in the sense of the ride here is supposed to make you laugh type of thing. We're not trying to do anything extra. And again, like I said, that scale is like the 6.5 I give it is on the comedies. It is not on the nowhere near like a 6 that we've given for a drama movie or something like that. It's totally.
Well, that's it, because the plot hole's missing. Like the bits I kind of smiled to, not laughed, is when the sons, their little moments, they're being overly clever and being silly. I think they're great. And then the only other bit is when he shot off his thumb. Well, you know, that's it really. So that's kind of telling you that's the rest of it didn't really hit home.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I like it was just missing. It was just missing for me. So yeah, unfortunately not. So there we go. But a little bit of Lego, a little bit of a torture to Thailand. There we go. Yeah, that might be a movie. Brutal. There we go. I've just copyrighted. There's no movie can be called Torture. Yeah. Torture to Thailand. Torture to Thailand. Oh my god. What happens in Thailand stays in Thailand.
But you live with it forever.
Oh my god. It was so funny when actually was out there. I think my dad was in not the Bangkok area. He was in like one of the things like where the oil rigs and all that were. And it was just full of ex Vietnam veterans, but from Australia. So it had all these Aussies that just literally were, we loved it in that, and we just stayed. And then literally these old fellas, from veterans of the Vietnam War, Australians who just never left, just literally stayed in the oil rig industry, engineers, and their aim in the game of life was I 20, just 20? Yeah, so I was 20. Their aim was to pick up a very hot-looking Thai lady every night, and that's what their thing was. So it was the strangest thing, because my dad had a wife not out there, but had a wife, and he took her out there. But we went to this bar once, and it's no shits and giggles. I went shopping, and then my dad went, meet me at this bar, and I was like, where's this bar? And they all got, open the beach, and he goes, we're going to a restaurant. I got there early and went, can I have a whatever beer they had, and then drinking. And this Aussie, like this, he was a big guy. He was a big guy, but you could see he went, come next to me, and he's like great inviting. Actually, he went, I'm going to sit you here. And he goes, you can have some drinks. He goes, what? And he was like being really nice. I went, just sit here, because if I get you to sit here, you're the youngest person in here by around about 40 years. So he goes, look at all the women, and I looked at all the bar ladies, and they were all interested in somebody who's really young. And he goes, so if you're here, they'll come to me. And I was like, okay, laughing away. And I was like, I didn't think, and I didn't care. And then like my dad turned up, so I was like, I'm going to go and sit with my dad. And I was like, been drinking a little bit, so I need to go to the toilet. And so I went to the toilet, what was like, you had to go out, kind of outside to go inside. It was really weird. So I was like, I was peeing, and then do you ever have the experience when somebody's looking at you? Well, I turned around. No, I did. And I was like, nobody's in this toilet. It's only me, because there was only 4 urinals, and there was 1 cubicle for the men. Nobody was in the cubicle. And then, so I was like, I just feel something in the back of my neck. Turned around, and all the bar ladies was in the toilets with me. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I didn't know what to do. It was like a really naive 20-year-old, zipped out and was like, and I came back and my dad was literally just wetting himself. And he goes, soon as you went in there, all the ladies got up and followed you in. And I was like, really? He goes, yeah. And he goes, it was hilarious. I was like, flipping heck. That was it. And that's the only time I've ever, I don't eat fish, but that's when we went to his restaurant afterwards like that. And then they literally caught a catfish, massive thing. And then they were like, do you want it? We'll cook it out for now for you. So they made this massive catfish. And I was like, as it's so fresh, it was alive. It was like that. And they killed it there. And then they were like that. And I didn't like it. I was like, no, thank you very much. That's it. But it's so funny. If anybody, you ever been to Thailand? You too?
No, never been.
No.
It's so funny is when somebody comes up to you, because they lot of the things they all come to you and they're like, hi, can I they try and sell you stuff like like jewelry, like really crap stuff, like the trinkets.
Mexico.
Yeah, that kind of thing. But when you get a bit of a deeper voice and you turn around and it's the most stunning woman in the world, but with a big Adam's apple, it's hilarious. You're like, you're absolutely so what? It's literally the embodiment of a woman, and then you just go, they're like, would you like this? And you're like, no. Like that. It's like, oh, it's funny, It's a little bit of trickery out there, but it's funny. But yeah, anyway, a little bit of stories about Thailand. But anyway, shall we go? What I forgot, and I do apologize. I don't know why I completely forgot to do the Green Mile trailer.
I didn't even notice that we didn't. But
we were talking about it so much, and we were talking about how heavy it was. So in a way, I'm in a way, I'm glad we didn't. Okay, but here we go. We're gonna.
But that's the thing is, the trailer's not so bad. I'm probably gonna get hit because it's Warner Brothers, but that's fine. I've won every copyright claim they've ever given. As I think we've all said, Green Mile, guys, is the next one. I think we all said we would have all put it on. And we don't remember who put it on. We've always done it.
I think
it's one of those movies you go.
I have a feeling it might have been Sandy, because I remember thinking of it, but then I think I didn't put it on because I already saw it there. So it was one of those.
This has got to be. I like to know the timings of one. This has got to be our longest movie, hasn't it?
I mean, technically, we did the Lord of the Rings extended edition.
Yeah,
but
in the extended editions, some of them were pushing 4 hours.
Okay.
So I mean, if you're talking like one solo, this would probably be up there for longer.
Godfather, is that
was that over 3? That might have been over 3. Yeah, I can't remember. I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, but this is one of the longest. But it's one of the. I think we've all agreed we like it. Oh, we're waiting for those moments, like literally rip you out like that. It does that. That's the only way I can explain it until we do our review. It's because, it's going to be a hard watch, I think, for most. But let's go for the trailer that I didn't play, and let's get some. What's the mouse called? Mr.
Bojangles, right? Yeah.
Mr. Bojangles.
You think if a man sincerely repents on what he done wrong, that he might get to go back to the time that was happiest for him and live there forever? Would that be what heaven's like?
I just about believe that very thing.
John Coffey, you have been condemned to die in the electric chair by a jury of your peers, sentence imposed by a judge in good standing in this state. Questions?
Do you leave the light on after bedtime?
I know violent men. I deal with them day in and day out. There doesn't seem to be any real violence in him.
Until he kills a couple of little girls.
John Coffey is a murderer. I don't think he did it at all.
Take my hand, both. You see for yourself.
You're talking about a miracle?
I do not see God putting a gift like that in the hands of a man who would kill a child.
I dreamed of you. We found each other in the dark.
Like he dropped out of the sky.
Miracles are funny things. You never know when they're going to happen. And when they happen in a place like this, that's the most unbelievable miracle of all. This is the story of a miracle that happened here where I work, on the Green Mile.
No, it's okay, boss. It's okay.
It's like that
Even that, because I know what's happening. I'm like,
that part of the story is like it is what it is, sadly, and in the context of history, you can understand it. But then there's the evil guard, and there's some other things going on that. Anyway, it is a.
You didn't show Sam Rockwell before that, and he's got a great part in it. He doesn't know.
It's one of the few Stephen Kings that I think made its way very well to the cinema, into movies. The other one that I think is very well done, and it's probably very appropriate that we mention it. And yeah, Daryl, that's where I was going, is the Misery. And Misery was directed by Rob Reiner, and I have Misery on the wheel. We had obviously The Princess Bride. This is Spinal Tap was on the wheel. I still hadn't seen This is Spinal Tap 2. I wanted to. So many films that Rob Reiner brought to life, so many stories he brought to light on the film. Such devastating news about his murder last week. I mean, just after we had such great conversations about The Princess Bride, and after I listened to the book about the making of The Princess Bride, and it's called As You Wish, and it's written by Carrey Elwes, but it's narrated in part by Rob Reiner and some of the other actors like Mandy Patinkin and Robin Wright. And it's such an amazing story that the film was made at all, because it was really hard to conceptualize. And it was Rob Reiner's vision to keep it simple, to keep the story very, very simple, and keep the heart in the film. And, we all know what a masterpiece it was, but just to hear, about how he fought for the actors, fought for the writer, and just had this vision. It just was truly, it's a loss. It certainly is a loss. So hopefully we'll have a few more of his films, come up.
Do we have Stand By Me on the list? Did
yes,
that make it?
yes,
Okay.
yes. Stand By Me as well. That's another one. So
Mm-hmm.
he brought Misery and Stand By Me to the screen. And I always forget, I know it's a Stephen King, but because it's a short story, like for me, like the two best adaptations of Stephen King's are the two short stories, The Shawshank Redemption and Stand By Me. And then I think Misery was done extraordinarily well. And I think The Green Mile was. I think some others, the combination of, he's like a bad gymnast. He can't stick the landing. You get sucked into Stephen King books, and they're so amazing and they're so awesome. And then it ends with like, okay, magic. Okay, hand of God. Okay, whatever. And it's like, like The Stand. You read 800 pages and then it's hand of God comes down. Oh my gosh, really? Okay. But
is anybody on the list? Have a look. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and The Bird.
I'm not sure.
I don't think so. And I know Birdie's not, but
I might have put one Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest on.
I've not seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah.
I've not.
I started it, but I couldn't get into it. I ended up stopping.
Okay. It's very, it starts off slow, but it's very impactful. Yeah, it's got.
I think that's kind of. I didn't walk away from it like, oh, I'll never watch it again. It was kind of one of those like, what am I going to watch tonight? Oh, always heard this is great. Let me watch it. And then like it didn't catch me at first, so I switched over and just have not gotten around to going back.
You have to be in the mood though. It's one of those.
Yeah, and that was kind of the thing. Like I wasn't ready to take on that kind of movie at the time. I will say though, Clockwork Orange. I don't know why I just thought it. Well, I guess
I always think of those two together too.
Yeah, I always kind of put them together. I don't like Clockwork Orange. I don't like it at all. I think it's overrated. I don't get it. Maybe I don't know.
I don't think that's even on our list.
I can't sit and watch that movie ever
I don't
again.
think so.
No,
I wouldn't have put it on there.
No, I wouldn't have as well. It's
I did not like that one.
No, but so Sandy, we know what you're kind of aiming for then.
Yeah,
we know what Daryl wants. That's for sure.
Well, this will
we know what Daryl wants.
This will be our first 2026.
This will be
yes, right.
Yes, it will be. Yes. Jay.
Yep.
Any picks? Any interests?
I'm trying to think. At this point, I'm kind of forgetting what we even have on this, so I'm good with the random choice today.
There we go.
Whatever comes up is good by me.
So maybe have Back to the Future as we're doing it the first time.
Oh,
cool. You never know. Okay, are we ready?
Yeah.
Chat, Daryl.
Ready.
Fingers crossed for you. You might get your Western.
We need to cross fingers and toes for a Western at this point, Daryl.
Everything to it. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for 2026. Go. Ooh, we got a game.
I was going to say, I'm not familiar with this.
Oh,
No,
God.
remember ages ago I said there's a game and you don't know about the game. This is the game. We have a game.
Okay.
I can't be part of this. Now, this is interesting.
Worried.
You picked the game. Now, the rules are you two have to decide on the movie. But before you do that, chat, this is going to be great. It's kind of Jeopardy, but not. And it's a bit out there. So we have some categories, and then we have categories within the categories, and then the wheel will spin. But you two
I'm
have
ready.
to
Okay,
then
let's do
pick
this.
what movie it's going to be. So let's bring it up. This is literally.
This is detailed. I didn't know this was
ready.
a thing.
I'm ready.
Are you ready? There
Hey,
we go.
Jade.
Hey,
Merry
Jade.
Christmas, Jade.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
Hey, Jade. She's
Merry Christmas to everybody in chat who celebrates,
really,
by the way.
yeah, Merry Christmas. They're actually quite good. This has actually come out at Christmas time. A little game. And I love this because I've not explained it to you. I just said, I've done something different. I've done something different. So let's share this. So can you see that?
Oh, my word.
Okay, wow, this is some extra credit work. I didn't know this was going on.
Okay.
So you have 4 categories. Passport to Not Pimlico, Podium. Time-lapse tapes, Tumble. Pulp to Projector, or Overlords. Now, you have to pick one of those categories. So you have to think, what could those categories be?
Okay.
Yeah?
I think I know one of the categories for sure.
Okay. So we'll talk. What do you think the first one is? Passport to
don't know.
Podium. What do you think that could be about?
Passport
So I've
to
made it all, it's all
Podium.
film related. And then in that you have categories.
Foreign films that won an award.
Oh, Sandy, what do you think it could be?
That's what I was thinking. International films that have won an Oscar or BAFTA.
Okay. Timeline tapes, Tumble.
Timeline tapes, Tumble.
Timeline tapes, Tumble.
I mean, I'm trying not to go too obvious with the word and think it's going to be a time-based movie that maybe timelines, tapes, Tumble. I don't know.
Tapes have to do with it, though.
Ooh.
Yeah. Going back.
Dun, dun.
I don't know. Pulp to
Pulp-
Projector is the best books to film. That's what I'm going to say. Book to film.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
I would agree with that.
Overlords.
But
remember, within that, you have 3 different categories afterwards.
I don't know what Overlords would be.
I don't know either.
Yeah, I'm stumped on timeline tapes, Tumble, and Overlords.
Okay. Well, whichever one you pick will get removed because I've got the same categories next time and I'll remove it and I'll change it to something else.
Okay.
So what category, chat, what category should Sandy and Jay pick? Dun, dun. I don't know
We
what's
can only
the-
pick
I know
one.
it's
We
everything
have to
music.
agree.
You have to agree on out the 4. and then you have to agree 1, 2, or 3, and then
Okay,
that's the
Jay.
wheels spin.
I'll go with whatever you want.
I was going to say the same
that's
thing,
not
honestly.
pressure.
Tapes tumble. Let's not do the tapes tumble because I don't know what that means either.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that means.
That might be the easiest one. Now, one of them, will you be like, damn it, it's really hard to pick, just to let you know.
You think that'll be Overlords?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna say because I don't know what that is either. I would take the first column or the third column.
All right, let's do. Do we want to do let's do Passport to Podium. What do we think on that?
Okay. Passport to Podium. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
1, 2, or 3.
I'll let you pick this, Sandy.
Number 3, please.
Number 3. I can't remember what this is now.
Passport
Number
to Podium.
3.
For 3, please, Alex. I did try out for Jeopardy, by the way. I did try out for Jeopardy years ago.
Oh, no kidding.
Okay, you ready? You've picked 3.
Ready.
All right.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Wait. So before you tell us what it is, so okay, if we answer,
You'll understand it from the when I reveal it.
I have to say, okay, go. Okay.
You go. You ready? British actors, passport to podium, people, passports, things like that. You have picked British actors.
Okay.
So now I'm going to bring up the next. I'm going to start sharing that. So British actors. What do you say could be British actors? This is where it gets good. So open. Sorry, this is where it's funny. So I'm going to reveal the next. Your wheel of choice was actors, British actors. And now you have to spin, as you can see,
made
a
another
list.
wheel. Oh my gosh.
A different wheel of every British actor or actress in good things. We got some good ones in there. You got Michael Caine, Sean Connery, Anthony Hopkins, Saul Sears, Gary Oldman.
I just finished
Colin
his
Firth,
biography, by the way, Anthony Hopkins'
Kate
biography.
Winslet, Dame Judi Dench. Then you have some, Jeremy Irons on there, Alan Rickman. You got some older ones in it. Rowan Atkinson is on the list. Peter Cook, Hugh Laurie, loads on there. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to spin, and then whoever it lands on, you have to come up with an agreement. Look at IMDb is probably the best way to do it.
Okay.
What movie is what we watch?
Okay.
All right.
And should it not be a movie on the wheel already?
It can be whatever you want. Whatever you want. You have to come up with we agree. So this is British actors, and that's good because the first time British actors. So
right,
I'm going to shuffle it.
Is at the ready. Okay.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go for British actors. Our first game. There we go. Let's do this.
I love
Here
this.
we go.
Now this wheel looks smaller. I'll have to really lean into the screen.
Okay. I just saw it.
Oh my
Richard
God.
Burton. Okay.
So
You got.
I mentioned that I just read Anthony Hopkins' biography, autobiography. While I was in London, I always pick a book to read while I'm over there, and it was Anthony Hopkins. And he reflects so much on meeting Richard Burton when he was younger, both from Wales, and the influence that Richard Burton had on him, and a few other actors too. He met Sir Laurence Olivier. I highly recommend it. It's called "We Did Okay, Kid," and it's referencing, his dad being proud of him later in his life. We did okay, kid. But okay, so then on to Richard Burton.
Only as he was an actor, so we go on to the thing. So only
actor. So
only.
They the book goes on primarily, of course, about his stage work.
Let me close that. Let's remove him. Stop sharing.
What we see in. So
so this is where you two are going to come up with a consensus. I'm going to actually bring up
1984 is one.
You could go with one of the longest.
Probably the only one I think I've seen with him. I haven't
Brief
seen much
Encounter.
with
I have
Burton.
on the wheel. Brief Encounter.
You have Cleopatra. Let's go right back. Let's go
starting at the beginning.
Oh, you have Longest Day. So we have Cleopatra. It's probably like Tempest. So we have Desert Rats that's on there. So let's go There we go.
The Robe. Oh my gosh, he was on The Robe. That was a Catholic school requirement. The Robe.
So this is
And a
when
lot of
this is these
Shakespeare.
ones. Yeah, you're gonna go for TV. So when we get up to here, a lot of Shakespeare. Alexander the Great. See,
Oh, he did the narration in Zulu. I didn't know
He
that.
did the narration in Zulu. Well, there you go.
There we go.
So I guess that in 1984 are the only two movies I've seen with him in it. I haven't seen much with Richard Burton.
There we go. So
I'm going to defer to you on this one, Sandy. This is
Okay.
Always giving it up. So we could go one of the longest.
Where Eagles Dare. We could. There's a lot of warfare. Yeah, Where Eagles Dare.
You got we got Hamlet. Ooh,
I wouldn't
Sandy
do
could
that
go there.
today, I'm
Or
sorry,
you could go really, really like Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, and then you get his wife in him.
Virginia Woolf. I do, and The Gathering Storm, of course. Oh, but that's the TV version.
There we go. Where's Eagles Dares? This is where you start getting a bit. Sandy. So Jay, you defaulted.
Yeah,
to Sandy.
I don't have enough of knowledge of his filmography to be able to make a good pick, so I'm going to defer to Sandy. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
Sandy,
you know,
Sandy.
Sandy.
Damn you. The pressure's on. Chat.
I know the pressure is on, but I want to make sure. So I'll say what we're not going to choose is The Exorcist 2, which was just horrific, terrible.
Hold it. Chat. What would you pick? Chat. Oh, I think. So Carol's already said it. The Longest Day. But is he? He's in it. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'd want to pick one that he's really in, and I kind of can't remember Where Eagles Dare. He is, I would say, he is most famous for The Days of Wilfred Owen. I wouldn't do that to you either. The Spy Who Came In From the Cold. These are all. Everything he's done is a book. I'm gonna have to read a book, but that's Night of the Iguana. Okay, I might be coming to my. Let's see. No, I don't think that'll be a good one. Okay, I'm getting there.
Yeah, take your time. Just think about it.
Okay, this is a great
he's
game,
very
by the way.
kind of hard because I'm a hard drama. A very hard drama. Then he did a lot of military, and then some of you've got a lot of history ones on there. Then he has a lot of Shakespeare. He was very much in there, and he was one of the drinkers, wasn't he? Until
he was one of the Hellraisers,
and was it him? He's a double marriage to Elizabeth Taylor.
Actually, it was in the Anthony Hopkins memoir that he actually witnessed, he went backstage to see Richard Burton in one of his productions because he was invited, and Richard Burton was angry because Elizabeth Taylor showed up and he was already on to his next mistress while married to her the second time. Oh, it was just, look, wait a minute.
But you got Cleopatra. That's a quite interesting story of that. He wasn't the original Antony. The movie got out of budget, got out of hand. They ran out of time, and the actor who ran out of his contract and couldn't shoot the rest, so they had to get Richard Burton in, and then that's how both of them. What's his?
I found it.
Oh, you found it. Oh. Well, I put it into private so I can do the.
Okay. Let's do that.
And I find the trailer. Oh, what is it? I'm excited because I can't have no choice. I don't have any choice. The first movie of 2026. No pressure, Sandy. Okay.
Have you seen that one?
I don't think I have. There we go. Oh, yes, I have. I brought it up. There you go. So we're going to 1959. Let's see if this tray is okay.
Not Shakespeare.
Not Shakespeare. No. Some very young ones.
I think it's based on a play. I think it's a play he was in.
Okay. All right. Sandy, do you want to introduce the trailer for us? What have you chosen?
I have chosen Look Back in Anger, based on a 1956 play by John Osborne.
Did you just do that so you don't have to read a book?
No, I'm still going to read the play. I read the play too. I read both characters.
Well, here we go. a good old black and white. Let's do this.
This is Jimmy Porter, who learned at an early age what it was like to be angry. Angry and helpless.
Get out of my sight! If only something would happen to waken you from your beauty sleep. If you could have a child, and it would die. Let it grow. Let a recognizable human face emerge from this little mass of India rubber and wrinkles. If only I could see you face that.
Jimmy Porter, who lives and loves with an intensity altogether frightening.
There's hardly a moment when I'm not watching and wanting you. Nearly 2 years of being in the same room with you, and I still can't stop my sweat breaking out when I see you doing something as ordinary as leaning over an ironing board.
Wherever John Osborne's play has been seen, audience reaction has been swift and startling. So much to shock people. The black hatred, the hurt, and the anger.
For your own sake, don't ever do that again. I have no public school scruples about hitting girls. If you slap my face, by God, I lay you out. Come out of it quick, eh?
Now the play has been filmed and emerges as an exciting and challenging motion picture. The biting shock of the dialogue.
Wrap it up, will you? Stop ringing those bells!
The virile, natural humor reveal Jimmy Porter as an arresting and provocative person. You'll want to shield from his anger Allison, the girl he never forgives for being born into a society beyond his reach. You'll want to tear apart Helena, the friend who is a Jezebel. You'll understand Jimmy's love for poor old Ma Tanner. And you'll know why Cliff, who lives with the Porters, is powerless to leave them.
I don't think I want anything more to do with love. Not anymore. I can't take it on.
Yeah. Too young to start giving up. Too young and too lovely.
It's no good fooling about with love, you know. If you can't bear the thought of messing up your nice, tidy soul, you'd better give up the whole idea of life and become a saint. Because you'll never make it as a human being.
What a strange trailer.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of what the movie
No,
is
that is.
about.
I was like, I don't remember any of that bit in the movie. like
Convey the
but we got
story.
look
I mean, it's
back in anger.
basically class warfare, class,
Yeah.
you know, the work class kid and the, you know, upper class gal, and, you know, just how worlds collide, as they say. So I'm looking forward to reading the play and then watching this film. Not a war film, not a Shakespeare.
Not a Western.
I'm not a Western. I'm so sorry, girl.
I always think Richard Burton, I think he's got a very graspy, unique British accent. I think he's very distinguishable. Like, he has such a driven voice. I think that gives his performance quite like an all day he does. I haven't watched that movie in decades, I must say that. So it'd be good to get back. I remember it, but I don't remember it at all. So it'd be good to get that one back. But yeah, good game, everybody, good game.
Great job. So is that going to come up again? So does Wild Card
Yes, they are on there. The wild card is on there. So I did want to show you to see what's a wild card. And they just go, what movie is that? I've never heard of it.
I was thinking, what movie is Wild Card? That's what I was thinking.
But
So
they have. You've got the wild
the-
cards on there.
With the podium option, do the other two options now kind of just not get
No,
used?
they're
Or do
still
we
on
go
there.
back?
They
Okay,
will,
you'll just
you'll
fill in
go
the
back at
third
one
option?
point.
Okay.
Yes, so we got the
Gotcha.
other ones, and we got more to go on there. One, I made it ridiculously hard, and you'd be like, "Oh, this is going to be a hard pick," and it'd be a good discussion between you two. But yeah, there's more on there. So you have, what is it? over 20 different options are going to be. So I'm going to drop one out, drop one in.
Gotcha.
So then I'll change
You've
the
done a lot of work
headings.
on this, James.
So it's like that.
That's pretty cool. Thank you for your efforts.
It did.
Yeah,
It was quite. Some of it's kind of pretty cruel, and I was like that. So and then some of it was like, oh, like when I got down to like the categories, I went, oh, that's clever, but there's not so many, and I had to go really deep into some of the categories of like being, that's it. So when you see it and you reveal it, that's it. But you have to learn what the cryptic titles are because I made them a little bit different. So yeah, passport to podium is of course, yeah, kind of foreign actors. There's more other ones in there. So yeah, it's well, actors, isn't it? So yeah, actors and actresses. So it's been good. But yeah, he died at 58 and probably a lot of drink. He was 100%. That's a ladies' man, a lot of lovers, and to most purposes, woke up with a whiskey, went to bed with a whiskey, and didn't stop. Literally, he's known and very, very bloody rich.
Yeah, I want to read his, if there's a memoir or a biography of him. You know, that often happens. Like if I read one person's memoir, there's usually another person that I want to read. And I do want to read up about Sir Laurence Olivier and Richard Burton from the Anthony Hopkins memoir that I read. He was a drinker and just, yeah, didn't take good care of himself, and his death impacted Anthony Hopkins. I think Anthony Hopkins had stopped drinking before Richard Burton's death. But Anthony Hopkins too was, and I don't think many people know that, like he was a very rabid drinker, and stopped. He's such a quiet person. You know, even though he tends to play really quiet people in films, but he's just a really quiet person and a very strong introvert in real life that most people didn't know, you know, that he was such a drinker and suffered. He also suffered with like immense pain, like back pain and physical pain from some injuries. But then he quit and he's still going strong. He's still, you know, Anthony Hopkins still doing his thing.
He's got to be 80s now.
He's in his 80s.
Something like that, right?
I think when he was nominated for the one he was recently nominated for, was it The Father?
The Two Popes?
Whichever, yeah, maybe it was that. I think he was the oldest person nominated for an Oscar, potentially. And then he is the one who won the Oscar when, oh God, help me out, Black Panther.
Chadwick Boseman.
When Chadwick Boseman was nominated and everyone thought he was going to win, it was Anthony Hopkins who won. And he talks about that in the book, about how he wasn't even going to go to the Oscars because he knew he wasn't going to win. They're like, no, you have to go.
I wonder where because there was a word for like this is what Richard Harris, Oliver Reed, what's his name? Dudley Moore, them all the big drinkers, wasn't it? And they had a name from. They had a name from, like literally a nickname from them all.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna look it up because
and there's a big thing is one of the a rock star. I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name.
It just says
is it the Hellraisers? Is it the Hellraisers? Maybe it was. There was I can't remember a band. I think it was one of the Beatles. They went out on a jolly. He didn't know about them. Got very drunk, and then I think it was Richard Harris or one of them. Like I'm sure it's Richard Harris had a helicopter license, and they took that scene. You know when kind of they mixed it in Wolf of Wall Street when he was drunk and he go. They actually did that landed drunk a helicopter.
It's Rob Reiner film,
landed it in a like a posh estate, and it's been used because it's things, and it actually did happen. And then they all got out, pissed out, and then the helicopter pilot couldn't walk because they were that drunk and had to be carried to the house. That's it. And then they kind of quickly sobered up and started drinking again. That was it. That was their life. It was mad. Somehow he and then apparently the next day, how did my helicopter get here? Like that. You fucking flew it. Like
when
that.
I was reading the Eric Idle biography, he was on the periphery of that set. You know, the Pythons were kind of on the periphery of that Hellraiser set. They were a little younger, only slightly. But yeah, it's Peter O'Toole, Richard Burton, Richard Harris, Oliver Reed, the Hellraisers. And then their legendary exploits.
Well, it's even how Oliver Reed went out, didn't he? He went in. How old was he in the Gladiator? It was like, and he went into a bar, didn't he? And then took on some Royal Marines on a drinking contest and outdid them, and then died straight away after. He's like did a whole bottle of like whiskey like that, and then just like out drink every single one of you, and then in like wherever they were shooting, did them all, walked outside near enough, just killed over, done. That was it.
Wow,
no
kidding.
Yeah. So I would like to know. I would always think I was like if they had modern day technology. I know he died, but that movie would have been a completely different ending. It's like, do you know what they were going to do, Jay, and that? Because I think everybody likes Gladiator.
No, I don't know.
No.
So when they in the script, because he was a legendary fighter, wasn't he? He was a gladiator who got his freedom and then became a like what they call it, the owners of gladiators. I can't remember, Tory or whatever. I don't know. But he was going to kick the ass out of all the literally take on a whole troop of Romans. So he was actually going to like get out the swords, go old start, and actually just kill them all, and then just literally die, but literally have a fight, like taking on like 50 Romans, killing like 45 of them, getting cut up with the things, and then just slowly dying, but literally annihilating everyone in the movie. And I was like, oh, that would have been great to see this old chap of one of that. But yeah, unfortunately they did this, like the only bit they could do was the little scene that's stabbed in the back.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I thought that would have been epic. Like epic movie, but epic. But yeah, it's Drink. Did those guys? Some of them, like as you say, like even what's his name, Harris. Was he when he did Dumbledore? He died, like halfway through 1 and 2, didn't he? But he was still, he died. He died on the set of the Count of Monte Cristo, didn't he? He died.
I didn't know where he died. But
just they ended all his scenes. So he was about to go home and died on the Count of Monte Cristo. Well, I don't mind that remake. That's a very, very good movie.
I've not seen it.
Yeah, same here.
Very good. Yeah, very, very good. Yeah, and have a look at it. It's really entertaining. It's like one of the ones that it's never on streaming sites. You're like, it's a good movie. It's never on streaming sites. But yeah, it's I recommend that one. I recommend because it's just like, oh, that's nicely entertaining, like that. And if you ever know the story, it's quite good. But yeah, so we have a very hard hitting, a very Jay. I'm guessing you've not seen it.
No, I've never seen it.
No. Yeah, so I must say I can't remember like looking back in anger.
Look back in anger. It says here that it was the inspiration for the angry youth movement, like James
in the UK.
The Marlon Brando, James Dean, all the angry young men. So this is the first angry young man.
So what's this? 7. Seven's very respectable for black and white from 1959 on IMDb. So that is very respectable. But yeah, 1959. I don't think we've not had many 50s lately, have we? We had some. No, we had some like the new pre-war, I suppose you want to call it.
When was Sergeant York? That one was around the
50s. Stop! Time out. Did you hear the Sergeant York reference in Me, Myself?
I did actually. Yes, it was from the brothers.
Who do you think you are going to take on a one-man show like Sergeant York?
Yep. I did, and it was fun to really get the reference.
The three that we have on the wheel from 1959 are Imitation of Life, North by Northwest, and Our Man in Havana. And we did just see The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, which was 1958. So that's the year before. And we had The Seventh Seal in 1957. So no, we haven't had many, there aren't many on our wheel from that, it takes to get into the 60s before we get some bigger chunks of films.
I think it was kind of they're getting there, aren't they? In the 50s, I think the budget probably like that, like even British cinema. I think the early 60s is when they started to find a foothold, and then I think coming out of the studio hold of the 40s to the 50s hurt a lot of actors, and a lot of screen writers didn't really do anything. So I think there is some good ones out there, but it wasn't really cinema as you kind of know it. Like you had the propaganda movies, and then you had 50s, and then you had the B movies going into then the 60s, and then it's all then coming out of all the studio control of the actors, and then literally then they just changed it into like the Writers Guild, the Actors Guild, and just did exactly the same. How can we control you? And then like you got I suppose the visionaries of the 70s, I think that's what you're going to call it, is like you have that look where they went into, let's have some powerful movies, and then the technology then opening up as well. So we got that's why the film club's here. We've not had, have we had pre World War II yet? We haven't had, have we?
Yeah, we did. We had
I think we had one.
Hang on. We had,
have we?
Yeah.
Am I forgetting?
Yep. Well, okay. Technically, Sergeant York. It's pre-World War II for us. It's not pre-World War II for you.
Okay.
Sergeant York and Casablanca are the interwar films for us because they were propaganda to get us into the war, right?
I'm guessing we've not had them past before 1938, really. So before that, have we?
Or would be.
Don't think so.
All Quiet on the Western Front was 1930, which we have on the wheel. Modern Times, of course, 1936, which we have on the wheel. Way Out West, I don't know that one.
Oh my God, you're kidding.
I don't. And The General, oh God, 1926.
There you go. You got The General. Stan Laurel is Way Out West. Is the classic, one of the greatest songs of all time in that movie, and like just the choreography of it is great. I love that. I love Stan Laurel. I love all that. Love that stuff. So that's it. Yeah. Cool.
Okay, well, let's gear up for some Happy Christmas and then the Green
Mile.
Yeah, what a combo.
And then be like, yay! And that's it. Yeah. And this look back in anger. That trailer doesn't do it for you, Jay. It's not that. I don't even know what that trailer was doing. It's
Fair
not
enough.
that. It's complete.
I'll keep an open mind.
Yeah, you have to. That trailer was. It's what was the other? The Princess Bride. I know you didn't like the Princess Bride. The Princess Bride was
trailer kind of matched
trailer.
up for me at least.
Yeah, exactly. Don't tell Jade. You're still on the naughtiness. Really.
I don't think I'll make it off till next year.
There we go.
Luckily, that's around the corner, actually. So there we go.
Oh, hopefully, there we go. But so the first movie of 2026 will be Look Back in Anger. So we can all blame Sandy if we don't like it.
You can.
There we go.
I feel if I had chosen Hamlet, you would be blaming me. Yes, I would be blamed. Otherwise.
I don't know why I would choose of his. Oh, I would probably go Cleopatra, but then that's an epic.
I can't do Cleopatra. I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, but it's the controversial elements about the movie and the history of the making is better than the movie, and the second part's better than the first part.
But it's just a horrible movie. It's just
4 hours. It's so like.
No, it's 5 hours. I just looked it up.
5 hours. 5 hours.
Oh. There's no movie on the world worth being 5 hours. I'm sorry. That's
I
crazy.
wonder what that movie would be. It was the most expensive movie of its
ever
time.
made.
Is that on the deal?
Adjusted for inflation.
Inflation. Yep. I was going to say what it is. It was they built their own Egyptian set. Literally, that was how mad it was. It was just, and of course, being in Egypt and like in Catholic countries. I went to Italy to do some of the sets, and then of course you have married having an affair, blatantly do not care who's around. It was funny. It was it was the who is her husband that she at the time? It's what's name's
Eddie
oh my
Fisher?
god, yeah, Eddie Fisher, yeah. So yeah,
Carrie Fisher's dad.
Carrie Fisher's dad.
After he left Debbie Reynolds.
Yeah. So yeah, it's literally when you like, if the best thing to watch is there's a very old, like is some tapes, and it's got things. It's I think it's just called Taylor. It's just some like when she was like getting really old, and she just opened up on these tapes to this journalist, and we're just talking about it. But they got like the history back of it, so you know it, and the money she made from literally just men, diamonds. She was obsessed with diamonds. So it's like that. So yeah, it's
it was, and it was her. I mean, she was a gorgeous one. Jet black hair, ice blue eyes, and just a I do think she's one of the most beautiful women to ever live, for sure. And used it to get diamonds. Even the perfume is named. Her perfume is named Diamonds. But I'll tell you this: I hate the movie Cleopatra. And then I went to see the movie Hail Caesar, which sort of is about the making of Cleopatra. And I walked out of that. That is the film I walked out of. So even the, spoof making of Cleopatra film with George Clooney in it called Hail Caesar. Oh, God, it's just so bad.
No, it's worth a look at that documentary though. It's like even like that diamond. So. There was apparently a necklace she got like not gifted like from Cartier or something like that, and at the time it was worth like something stupid like 50 million back in like the 60s, and they were like yes, and she just wore it and it's just like that, and then she forgot to give it back.
Forgot, air quotes, forgot.
Yeah, air quotes. But she was a drunk as well, so yeah, she was high on she had an addiction to sleeping pills thing, wine and sleeping pills. So is that kind of thing. So
it was the days of excess. I mean, the original days of Hollywood excess that we
they wouldn't get away
today.
Get away with now because they would all put it on X or whatever, Twitter, and they're literally the idiots. Now they can. Back then they got a little bit of a way with it. They didn't have people just I'll take this on my iPhone and take a little clip of this. They got
the gossip columns. That was the big thing back then. The head of hoppers and the the tattle rags as they called them. That was the big deal. And they were much more glamorous and they were much more fun and sensational journalism back then. Not the kind of I think what we do today is quite boring. Actually, and that's why I always say I like old Hollywood and I like films about old Hollywood. That's why I thought Hail Caesar would be good. It wasn't. But I love films set in, Hollywood films about Hollywood, in a sense, like Mildred
when
Pierce.
They don't love themselves like La La Land.
Like Whatever Happened to Baby Jane and Sunset Boulevard. They're films filmed in Hollywood, kind of about Hollywood, and I love that. I do.
That's good. Well, anyway, we got our things, but everybody, hope you are getting geared up and ready for Christmas. If you celebrate, if not, you're gonna have a very happy festive season because I think it's going to be a good one. Especially Jay, this is your first with a crazy 1-year-old.
Yeah, on his way to on his way
0 point.
He's on his way to 1, but it'll be his first Christmas, so we're really happy. We're excited.
Yeah, that's good. Sandy, your family ready? All gearing up?
All ready. I have 2 more things to run out and get, so I will be doing a live stream in about an hour and a half. I'm going to be streaming from a traditional neighborhood in Baltimore, and we're going to check out all the nice holiday lights. Growing up in a city and just walking around with everyone's windows decorated and it's just so warm and cozy, and I love it. So I'm going to, if all goes well, I'll be live streaming in about an hour and a half.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice. There we go.
I have a Christmas party in about 45 minutes. So
there we go.
That's where I'm headed to.
Well, on that things, I can actually send you over to somebody's actually streaming the other films club, I suppose, from the Americas, but on the West Coast, they're actually doing a Christmas story. So I'm going to send you guys over there. So there we go. We get a bit of Christmas, and then you can go over there and say a bit of Stasis Film Club raid from that. So you'll get kicked over there on the non-mobile side. So if you're on the mobile friendly bit, you won't get kicked over, unfortunately. But everybody, I hope you do have a great little time off. Don't drink too much like the rest of the Brits apparently on that list. But for me, I'm going to do a little bit now and again, but I'm going to be in and out probably like that. I've got a couple of days that I can do that, but then you won't hear from me for a little bit. Might do a little pop in hour streams. We'll see how it happens. But everybody, guys, got anything else? Except for a Merry Christmas?
No, going to be kind of quiet. It was actually a quiet week for me this week, and likely similar next week in terms of the channel, just with the holidays and Christmas and New Year's and all that. So, no, just Merry Christmas to anyone who celebrates. And if you celebrate something else, have a happy time with that as well.
Yes, indeed. Sandy?
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, have a great one all. Thank you all for popping in, and we'll see you very, very soon. Bye now.